You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. And you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out. And mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I rise up, I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,008 times again. And I rise up, I like the waves. I rise up, in spite of the ache. I rise up, and I do it 1,008 times again.
Oh man. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome back to another episode of Mr.Denali XXL. How's everybody? Denali, go lay down. Go. Come on. Alrighty. It has been a wild morning. I want to apologize to everyone. I am running a little bit behind. It is 12:30. I am 2.5 hours late. My apologies. I've got some DMs. Did I miss you? Where you been? What's going on? Did you block me? I'm like, no. I didn't block anybody or anything like that. I was trying to take care of some things on the personal side. Also, I had a very disturbing interaction this morning on a particular content creator's live this morning. Went up there to talk about Trump and things like that. And, one thing we're trying to do over here, let me turn this down here for a second. One thing we're trying to do over here is normalize healthy debate. Healthy debate is very, very important. We have to normalize that. We also have to normalize not calling people names, because when you call people names, you lose the argument, okay? We can have difference of opinions on policy and things like that, but we should not be calling names. That is uncalled for. I was called a liar, and my race was brought up into a conversation we were having about Donald J. Trump. If you mess with Mr. Denali, if you come over here, you know we try to deal with the facts of cases, not feelings and things like that. And I think that was completely uncalled for by this particular content creator. Straight facts, kissy face, or lips in the front, straight facts with a Z. And then again, another set of lips at the bottom, or at the end of the name. I went in there to have a healthy debate, and it turned into a complete mess. Uncalled for. Dropping me, fine. You want to drop me, that's cool. But then to block me? Are you against freedom of speech, ma'am? Are you against freedom of speech? Because we're over here at Mr. Denali XXL. We want to normalize healthy debate. Do not call people names. I was called a liar. And then she brought up my race into it as if I'm supposed to be thinking one particular way because of the color of my skin. And I don't like it. Not one little bit. It's uncalled for. It shows the lack of brain cells, I'll say, when you do things like that. Let's talk about the issues. Let's talk about the issues. Straight facts. Lips, red lips in the front, straight facts with a Z instead of an S, then lips at the end of that. You gotta be kidding me. If you go to my page, you will see the interaction of what happened. She called me a liar. And she brought up my race. Because of the color of my skin, I'm supposed to think a certain way. I rebuke that 100%. And anybody who knows is over here, they know that I am voting for Joe Biden, not for Biden, but against Trump. But at the same time, he deserves due process. He deserves to have his day in court and things like that. That's it. I want him on the ballot because I think when you try to silence him, his supporters become more entrenched and he becomes a martyr. In my opinion, he wants to go to jail for contempt of court in that hush money case in New York City. That's what he wants. And then his followers will be more entrenched and he'll become like a martyr. So let's come on, guys. Let's tap the screen. Let's push this out to the For You page. Let's share the live. Like the live. You know, those things are free. Doesn't cost anything to do that. But I was just very, very upset. If you go to my page, the video is up there. And then someone reminded me that she was on my platform in the beginning weeks of this show. Okay? And if you look at the videos, you can see that the videos were very, very disturbing, very disrespectful behavior when she showed up at our show, bossing people around, did not want to adhere to the rules over here at Mr.Denali XXL. And I thought that her behavior was just uncalled for, in my opinion. So I'm asking straight facts. Are you against freedom of speech? Straight facts. Are you against normalized, healthy debate? Straight facts. All right, BA. See you, hopefully see you tonight at our After Dark special starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to hopefully 12, 1 o'clock. The last one went 4 hours, but we were having fun, so it kept going. But this is just ridiculous, in my opinion. Is straight facts against freedom of speech? I also saw our other friend, over there chiming in, yapping in the comments. Yapping about the issues. Yapping about that the man deserves to have his day in court. And that's it. He deserves to have his day in court, just like anybody else. He's not above the law. He's not below the law. Just because he's Donald J. Trump doesn't mean that he's not afforded the same rights as anybody else. So that had me really hot this morning. Let me go ahead and do my part and go share the live. Let me do that. You guys go ahead and open up your phone contacts and share the live. Let everybody know that we're on. Sorry for the delay today. My apologies. But that really kind of irritated me this morning because I thought it was uncalled for. I didn't think it was necessary. And then, listen, we can have difference of opinion. But wow, to block me and then drop me or block or drop and block, I think that was uncalled for. It's ridiculous. We need to normalize healthy debate. And that's what we're about over here at Mr.Denali XXL. So go ahead and open up your phone contacts. Let's share the live. Go ahead and continue to tap the screen. Don't forget about my gift goal. We're trying to hit 2 gift goals each hour. So if you guys can help me out, that would be fantastic. What we got? 2.1. We already got somebody in the queue. We need to go ahead and tap the screen. We got over 15 people so far in the room. I know I'm running behind. My apologies. What is that? I can't. Oh really, Mr. Rowe? What happened in that live? I mean, wow, this is crazy. Why can't we just have normal debate about the issues? Why does it have to turn into an insult fest? And that's what she did. She insulted me. She called me a liar. Straight facts. I'm calling you out right now, ma'am. She came over here. I got the clips, some of the clips up on my page, and she came up here pissing and shitting in my Cheerios. And she thinks that she's just like Fawny. She thinks she's above reproach. That's what she thinks. She thinks she's above reproach. She thinks that no one can say anything to her. Yes, if you go to the page and you look at the interaction between her and I on her live, I was very respectful. I muted up when she was talking. I didn't talk over her. But because she didn't like what I had to say, she dropped me, and then she blocked the page. So she's against, in my opinion, free speech, respectful free speech. And it really kind of irritated me. It really, really did. Because I thought it was a good conversation. I thought that the banner was disrespectful to Trump supporters. Trump is the president of stupid people. I was offended by that. I said, well, let me go up here and see what's going on. I didn't know what the lady's name was. A friend of the channel. I don't know. Sometimes he's indifferent with me, but I still love him. No problem. He can come up on the platform anytime he likes. His name is Stick the Ruler down there in Orlando, Florida. We've had some verbal jousting in the past, but I think that was healthy. I saw he was up, and I said, what's going on with Stick? Let me see what's doing. And I went in there, and the banner said, Donald Trump is the president of stupid people. I was like, that's wild. I don't think that's right. So I said, let me go in here and see. And I surveyed the room, and I just said basically that, Trump deserves his day in court. I said Trump also did have some successes in his presidency. Operation Warp Speed. See, this is what bothers me when I go on this kind of thing and people think that I'm defending Trump and I'm an undercover MAGA and all those kind of things like that. I am not undercover MAGA. If I was voting for Trump, I would say it 100% with my chest and everything 10 toes down. I'm not. I think he deserves to have his day in court if he's guilty of all these things, and let's put him on trial and let the justice system handle it. That's what I say. And I said that, Operation Warp Speed, also the fact that he got 3 Supreme Court justices on this court in 4 years. That's a success. One was a little kind of wild. They kind of played loose, in fact, with the rules. Okay, fine. But he still got, the end result, he's got 3 on there. And now the Supreme Court now is 6-3 in a conservative favor for 35 years plus. And we've already seen the evidence of that with Roe v. Wade. That's been overturned, pushed back to the states. So elections have consequences. Okay? Elections have consequences. And that's the consequence of people not showing up to vote. Is that Donald J. Trump became president and he put three conservative justices on the Supreme Court. And he said what he was going to do. Did we not believe what he said when he gave the list of the Supreme Court justices that he would put on the court? And he did it. And now Roe v. Wade is back knocked down to the states. In some states, if you cross state lines, then when you come back, they'll arrest you. War on women's reproductive rights. That's ridiculous. But elections do have consequences. And she's going to call me a liar? She called me a liar. I could be a lot of things, People can say that I'm a bully. People can say that, I may be rude from time to time. But a liar is one thing that I am not. Just because I brought facts to supposed to be a healthy debate, she got upset. And then she gets a hissy fit. And she drops me. Fine, you want to drop me. I'm not really big into dropping people. But fine, you want to run your platform like that. And then she blocks me, trying to silence freedom of speech because I don't agree with her. It's absolutely ridiculous. Attack on freedom of speech. So, it really, really irritated me this morning, 100%. And I asked her, I said, well, I'm not sure how your platform is run. I said, at that time, I didn't even know who she was. I went in there because Stick the Ruler down in Orlando, Florida was up, and I saw him. I said, what's he talking about? And I saw the banner. Trump is the president of stupid people. Not my style, but okay, fine. People run their platform how they want to run their platform. I got up. I said what I needed to say. I asked for if she would allow me to say what I needed to say. And she never said, hey, I'm going to let you finish, or anything like that. But because she didn't like what I had to say, she dropped me and then blocked me. Straight facts. Red lips in the front, straight STRAIGHT and then another set of red lips at the end of the her name. Absolutely ridiculous. If you go to my page, you'll see the encounter of her calling me a liar, and then she says, "You're a black man." As if I'm not an independent thinker, and I'm able to, not that I'm not even voting for Trump. I'm just looking at it that the man deserves to have his day in court, and if he's guilty, if he's found guilty with our justice system, then he should get whatever punishment comes with that. What's wrong? Why are we afraid to have him do that? Why are we afraid? Why do we want to silence this man? Let the people decide. I did not want him to be taken off the ballot in Colorado with the Supreme Court. Let the people decide who should be the president. That's it. Let the people decide. But, sometimes my Democratic friends, they want to silence him. Just makes me look at the whole thing like, what's really going on out here? Why do we want to silence him? Let the people decide. This is America, freedom of speech, right? If he's guilty, put him in front of his jury of his peers or a judge, and let the chips fall where they may. Miss Caroline, I'm so sorry that you got banned for 7 days. Hopefully your birthday yesterday was very, very enjoyable with you and your family and everything like that. And wish you many, 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 many more birthdays, as Miss Caroline has definitely a story, a testimony. As she said, she had some challenges in her life and she overcame them, and she's got a testimony to tell. What's going on, One Live Mike, my good friend? Absolutely ridiculous. I didn't get a chance to talk to you this morning, but I got booted from Straight Facts with a Z this morning for trying to have a healthy debate. Let me, Denali, listen, you relax, okay? Just relax. It's okay. Trying to have some healthy debate, and she booted me off the platform. Okay, fine. But then she called me a liar, and that's really what's got me all bent out of shape. I could be a lot of things. A liar is not one of them. I'm a pretty honest fella. You know what I'm saying? Pretty honest. And she called me a liar. So this is for Straight Facts.
The champ is here. 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 The champ.
So that's for Straight Facts. Let's see if we can get some answers from Straight Facts. Anybody know Straight Facts? Send her that video of her calling me a liar and bringing up my race into it. Just because I am an African American gentleman doesn't mean that I have to think one particular way. I'm a free thinker, and I think and I look at the political landscape and make a decision what is best for myself and my family. And that's it. I'm not under the Taliban. I could think how I want to think. I'm intelligent. I think I'm intelligent enough most of the time, I guess, to look at the political landscape and make a decision. I'm not even voting for Trump. And I hate when I have to have these kind of talks because it looks like I'm voting for Trump. I've been called undercover MAGA and all these kind of things like that. No, I just want the people to decide. We live in a democracy and we want the people to decide who should be the president. That's it. Not some man, Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. Sounds like Straight Facts wants to live on a plantation. Well, I'm not on a plantation. I'm a free thinker. I'm able to look at the political landscape, and that's it. Trump for prison 2024. Great, whatever. Prove the case against him, and whatever happens, happens. That's it. I believe in the justice system. I don't know of another system that we'd rather replace it with. Come on, guys, let's continue to tap the screen. Let's get to that 10K. Let's get to that 10K. And that's it. But she's absolutely out of line, and I'm calling straight facts out. Straight facts to the principal's office. Straight facts to the principal's office. She's been up here before, and she can come again. She can push that button and come on up and face the champ. That's what she can do. Stick the rule, and when you come in, you go tell your friend straight facts. Also, Miss Boss Diva had a lot to say over there, too, yapping. I thought it was, I said sir, but I found out later that it was a woman. My apologies for that. But she she said something to me, and I said, who are you talking to? Like, I'm a mild-mannered guy, but I'm coming over here respectfully. I don't know why the hostility just because you don't like what I'm saying. Absolutely ridiculous. Straight facts. I'm calling you out that you're against freedom of speech. Absolutely ridiculous. Also, there's another guy over there named Stu. S-T-U. Stu. All right? So, straight facts. Let's see if she wants to answer the bell. Calling me a liar. I don't play around with that. Yeah, she can have it, but, we should, and what I'm trying to do over here is normalize healthy debate, thought-provoking debate, okay? That's what I want over here. That's what I'm trying to do. That's one of the reasons that I created the platform, so that we could have healthy debate and not this thing where you got to think a certain way, and if you don't think a certain way, then we're going to try to silence you, which is one of the reasons that I went and ended that my mistake, Mr. Denali XXL, about the dropping for pay. That was the wrong thing to do, and I recognized it, and I corrected it. But don't call me a liar. That's what I can't stand. Don't call names. It's so juvenile.
I can't believe that debate you were having with her.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, that's what I said, man. I was like, wow.
Wasn't that just ridiculous?
Yeah, I mean, when she brought your race up, basically calling you a race traitor.
Right, exactly. That BA gets it. BA gets it. BA gets it. What does my race have to? So I have to think a certain way because I am a black man?
I was
absolutely ridiculous, and she's wrong, and she should apologize for that. And I'm calling her out.
Did she know who you were?
I'm sorry?
Did she know who you were?
I don't know. I didn't know who she was. Okay? Right. I went up there because of Stick the Ruler. Stick the Ruler and I are friends. We have had some verbal jousting. Okay? And I woke up and I saw him and I said, "Oh, what's going on?" And I said, I saw the banner and it said, Trump is the president of stupid people. Not my thing. Okay? But I said, let me go in here and see. And I surveyed and I went up and, then it began. And I said, listen, I think Trump had a successful presidency in the aspect of Operation Warp Speed. Yes, he did bungle the beginning stages of COVID, but he did put the money behind and we got a vaccine. Fantastic. Also, 3 justices in 3 years. To me, that's a success. The Supreme Court now is 6-3 in the conservative side. 6-3 for 35, 40 years. That's, and we've already seen the effects of it because Roe v. Wade has been kicked back down to the states. An assault on women's reproductive rights.
It happened in another live, and it got brought to another live the same way it happened with yours.
Yeah.
They were calling this brother Clorox.
What?
They were calling him all type of shit. And then he went on the live to try to defend himself, and he was attacking another brother that defended the host. He was like, "I'm not gonna let you talk about him like that."
Right.
And then he was like, "Well, that soft shit don't happen over here, blah, blah, blah." And then I didn't go up on the live, and I only go to 2 lives, yours and somebody else's, and I wouldn't go up on the panel because there's a couple people on there that were. I knew I couldn't have a conversation with them because the shit they were saying in another live.
Right.
But when that host came on that panel and started trying to call that brother a liar, I had to jump up there and I was like, no. I said, hey, bro, do you believe me? I might be a lot of things, but XL, you know, if I tell you something that I heard, you know damn well it's probably going to be the truth.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't lie. I try not to. Anyway.
That's why I was offended and I felt very insulted that she called me a liar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said, what did I lie about? But then let's have the conversation. Why drop me? Fine, if you want to drop me, that's your prerogative. But then you block me.
Yeah, but she dropped you.
It's
she dropped you and started talking shit about you after she dropped you.
Oh, did she?
I was like, man.
What did she say? Name names, BA. Name names.
I don't
say it.
Nah, I don't know.
Denali,
Whoa, BA. You can't say and not say it. What did she say? If you could tell me, please, sir.
She was just saying that, you know, that's how that's where the ignorant comes from, and yeah, I mean, she was pretty much backing up her banner.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be surprised. Come on, Mr. Denali. You know there are people.
All right, everybody, give me 1 second. Miss Natasha is in the room. Miss Natasha, I know that you are dealing with some things at work and things like that, so I want to give you some time because if you came up here, you have something important to say, and I need to hear it. What is that, Mrs. Natasha?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Denali. I didn't catch it, but I did see the video. And let me just say, her and the T guy that was underneath you.
Oh.
And basically everybody that's on that panel, I've seen her lives many times before. I would never go on her live. She's obnoxious. She's rude. She's aggressive. She's loud, and she's wrong. And that makes for a dangerous combination to have a platform and a microphone.
Right.
She has in the past been so rude to her guests or her commentators. She does not believe in freedom of speech. Anybody that goes up there and mildly even leans towards anything but the Biden and the Democrats, she is going to try and chew you up and spit you out. Some platforms like her and that guy, the T guy that was underneath of her, they're going to burn out on their own because people will get tired of going up there and being quashed. It's an echo chamber. Everybody has to agree. And that doesn't make for a good platform. It makes me appreciate this platform a whole lot more where all voices are heard. And the host can sit back and talk to anyone in a fair and equitable manner. Her platform will burn out because people do not like to be talked to that way. And after you block everybody, everybody's going to stop joining because they got to be scared to what they can
Why bring up my race?
So
my race have to do?
and that was out of pocket, to be honest.
What did she say
and so, like I said,
she said to me, like trying to shame me that I was having some facts about Donald Trump having a successful success in his presidency. She said, "You're a black man," as if trying to shame me for having a free thinking that I can look at something and call balls and
That
strikes.
happens all the time. That happens all the time, XL. Every black person that has any other viewpoint. I won't say you're a conservative because I know your points, but it happens that every black person that goes up on a left panel that doesn't agree with them, the first thing they call them is Paul Rocks, race traitor. I've seen that many times. I told a host today because he couldn't get Trump supporters up there, and I'm kind of cool with him, but he's really disrespectful, and he calls people ignorant and stupid. And I told him, look, bro.
Right. Let's get Mr. Rowe.
But if you want Trump supporters up here,
do I want
you can't
Trump
disrespect them?
Right. I mean, I respect everybody. Whoever comes up, we can have a conversation. It will be respectful. I will not resort to name calling because I think when you do that, you lose the argument. But for her to call me a liar? What did I lie about? Straight facts. You guys saw the video.
Yeah, I saw some
Hang
on a second, hang on. Let's let Mr. Rowe have the floor, please. Go ahead, Mr. Rowe.
I saw some of the show and I saw your the picture, Mr. Denali. It didn't sound like your voice,
Well,
so
I just woke up, Mr. Rowe.
oh, okay.
I was like 30
I,
minutes. I rolled over and I saw my good, we verbal joust, Mr. Stick the Ruler down in Orlando. And I said, what's he talking about? And I went up there and I saw the banner and I said, let me just push the button and see what's doing. And that's my voice sounded like that because I had just woken
uh,
up.
okay, so I was like, my first thing was, how can I get that I was gonna send a message to you, and I did, because it was like, that's not Mr. Denali, that's somebody else
That's an
behind.
imposter. That's an imposter. Like
Yeah,
the honey imposter came up here
and
yesterday.
I couldn't wait. I've been looking for you to start the show about 2 hours, but now let
Yes.
me say
My
this,
apologies. Go ahead.
and it may go against what you've been saying. I do
Yes, sir.
watch Straight Facts early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a 100% Democratic platform,
Right.
and she's on T show right now, and they have a team of lawyers and everything, and they go through stuff. They do invite Republicans up, but they rarely get a Republican. But I wanted to say this.
Yes,
I
sir.
think the fact that you didn't probably know who she was, and it may not make a difference, but
Mm-hmm.
that the statement, and you a black man, and had a little problem with what she was spewing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why it seemed like the two of you all was going in different directions. Because look, Mr. D, you are, I'm gonna say you in the middle. You you although you may not support Trump, you in the middle, you listen. And you
Yes.
listen to what everybody say. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. Now,
Right.
last thing I'm gonna say, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen.
Yes,
So,
sir.
like when you made the statement that Trump have some appointed 3 Supreme Court justice, and so that's a good accomplishment. Basically, that's just the luck of the draw. Whose president is in at the time when those people get old and they
Yep.
have to leave, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how they appoint them. So it's really not anything that he did personally. He wasn't gonna put no Democrat on the Supreme Court.
Huh?
And
Well,
You
Mr.
shut it
I'll
Rowe,
down.
leave that.
You
Mr. Rowe,
ready?
if Obama was able to put
I'm
3
done
justices,
for
would
the
you
day.
call that a successful part of his presidency?
No, I wouldn't have. I would just say
I'm great.
he's. I would
All
I would
right.
have just said
Let's go.
he he nominated and put a Supreme Court justice on there, because it really had nothing to do with him, like he did anything magically. The people either get sick, they can't, and if it's under a Republican, the Republican gonna put him in. And because Biden, if he get back in office, he always have the chance of stacking the deck and appointing 3 or 4 people on there. So I just had to say that, and I'm gonna listen.
All right. I would just say that, as a president, you get the credit and
Yeah.
you get the blame whether you did it or you did not do it. The buck stops with you. That's it. That's all.
Oh,
That's it.
right.
Nothing else than that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make the qualify. Well, it was luck of the draw. It happened under his watch, and he gets the credit for it, just like he gets the blame for things that happen as well. And that goes with any particular president. That's all. That's it. You
I
know.
got you.
But her to call me a liar, I'm very, very offended by that. I'm up here 5 days a week, 4 or 5 hours per day. Today we have 2 shows, this show, and then also the After Dark special. So, just to call me a liar and then drop me and block me, it's very, very
Well,
juvenile. So,
you 1 for 2 right now, because you got OG Straight Facts mad at you, and you got Duke mad at you. You're getting the big ones at you, brother.
I don't think Duke mad with me?
I think so, because when you had him on the show the last time, he just dropped. You was trying to get the comment in. Duke don't like to be interrupted. When he talk, he want to just talk, and
Right.
everybody listen. And he just dropped off your show.
Hmm. All right. Well, I mean, if Duke's mad with me, I mean that won't be the first time. He's quit the show like 6 times, I think, by my
Yeah,
count. And he
right.
you know,
That's what I'm saying.
he's welcome
I,
always to come back if he'd like to. If he doesn't, he
And I'm
doesn't.
actually laughing because it's funny. You know how people do certain things, but it's still all love. You know, Duke gonna be back. He ain't going nowhere. And I foresee one day you and Straight Facts gonna be on the same show talking.
Well,
And it's gonna be nothing but all love.
she
To be
needs
honest.
to she needs to put her eggplant away. Okay,
Right.
that's what
I
she
got
needs
you.
to do.
I got you. I would love to.
She needs to humble herself and not be so aggressive.
I agree
Just
with you,
like
Mr.
Fawny, too much ego, too much pride, and too much bravado. If you look at the clips, because I got about 5 other clips when she was on my show,
Right.
you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna let other people talk now.
All right, fantastic. Big T, what say you, sir?
Good morning, Mr. Denali.
Good morning, Mr. Big T, the Silver Fox up there in New Jersey.
How's everybody doing out here this morning? How's the panel going?
Going well, going well.
Hey,
I'm
look,
hot this morning, Big T. I'm hot.
I seen that little clip. I had to laugh. I couldn't believe it.
She called me a
I,
liar.
you know what? This is what. Sometimes people don't listen. You know,
Right.
they quick to jump to their point because they're so passionate about what they think. They don't stop for a minute to take and hear what the other person is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I couldn't believe she was calling you a sellout and all that. I mean,
Right. She's the liar because if you go on my page, I called out during our conversation about Fawny.
uh-huh,
They said, "Shut up, you big neck bastard." If you listen. And I said, "Who said that?" And everybody was quiet. And I
right,
didn't know exactly it came from until I watched the clip. And it came from her. I guess that was her man or whoever it was. And she
right,
said, "I don't know who that is." So she's the liar.
yeah.
She's the liar, not me. And I got the evidence to prove it. I bring receipts.
It just I I had to laugh. I had to laugh at it because I don't try to take and offend or speak negatively about to women at all. It's just not. I don't think that proves me to be a better person by taking shame or making women feel less than. So I stay away from it entirely. I would have just dropped off her panel, but we all handle things a certain way. But she
Right.
most definitely stepped out of line, and she wasn't really listening to what you were saying. And we do live in a society that's of checks and balances. I mean, the court is what determines the outcome of situations. So you can't be guilty. And what I wanted to know, well, how would what's she want to handle? She first said that she wasn't calling. She wasn't. What did she say? She wasn't saying that he was an insurrectionist. Well, if you're not saying that he's not an insurrectionist, what are we doing here? You know,
Right.
the
And
man
my
was
only thing was
accused
just that that's if he is that, put him in court. Let the
and let
judge
the due
decide.
process take care of itself.
Absolutely. That's all I was saying.
But
We saw it.
and she wasn't listening. She was not listening. And then that other guy to come out of nowhere, I don't know what he was talking about.
Well, you know what I think? I think that was Miss Boss Diva. I think that was a woman.
It sounded like a guy, though.
I thought so too. I said, "Who you talking to, sir?" And she didn't correct me, but as I was looking back at it, it was it was a woman. My apologies to her because I did not know. To me, it sounded like a man. That's why I said, "Who are you talking to, sir?" And
Mhm.
but I think that was Miss Boss Diva. She had a lot to say. She was yapping.
Right.
I
And
also,
and
I
I
also
didn't.
saw was yapping in the comments too. She's yapping. So I didn't do anything wrong. I came up there with facts, and she said she's straight facts. She should change her name.
Yeah, she should
She's
change her
not
name,
straight
though.
facts.
That at all. I didn't know that was you at first.
Yeah, my
Like
voice. I had just
I didn't
woken up,
catch
so
your
my
voice.
voice wasn't Mr. Denali voice, and
No,
I went up there. So I had a long night. I didn't get home till like 3 a.m. So I had a lot of stuff going on. But
That's
plus
why
plus
I asked if it was you. That's why I asked if it was you, because when I was listening to you, I was like, is this X?
right,
And I was like, I didn't recognize your voice at first. And
absolutely.
plus I don't know you to let people just joust at you like that and
Well,
not come back
listen.
with a better
When you're on
response.
somebody else's platform, what I'm not going to do, and I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I am not going to become a clippable thing where you're going to find me going off and everything,
Oh,
somebody
okay.
cutting me off while I'm talking. That is something I will not ever do. You can't, if you're trying to do something like that, that's not going to work when you're on somebody else's platform because they can control your voice. But I will try to have a reasonable conversation with somebody. That's why when she spoke, I was on mute. I wasn't trying to overtalk her because it was her platform. I'm not getting emotional. Hey, Miss Jessie, I'm just having a conversation, and if that's why I asked her, I said, "Well, I'll be allowed to respond." And she
Mr.
said, "Yeah,
Denali,
yes."
you know she's friendly with
Yeah, I saw
and that whole
in the
crew.
comments yapping. She was over there
Right.
yapping too. I saw in
Right.
the comments.
Yeah, so they're all friends. They probably discussed it before. I was dropped from a panel yesterday as well. This guy King somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Um he dropped me off his panel. I don't care. Drop me because the only reason they drop you is because they feel like they can't, respond to what you're saying. Because that's
Right.
the only reason you can drop anybody.
Absolutely.
They feel like to let you talk would prove them wrong.
Right.
And it's a bad way to run a platform. And I'm glad that you don't run your platform like that because I leave quick when somebody is like that. And
Right.
so,
Yeah. So, it happened. I just, listen, I don't have a problem. I didn't want to be dropped. I thought we could have a conversation. But the fact that she called me a liar and then she was basically trying to call me like I wasn't, like I need to turn in my black card or because I'm black, I have to think a certain way. I rebuked that 100% of
she
that.
actually was trying to say you weren't genuine. You
Yeah.
know
Yeah, what are you
what
talking
she was
about?
saying.
You listen to this platform. That nothing I said on this, not anything I haven't said over here.
Hmm.
So she I suppose that she knew who I was and remembers our interaction. If you go on my page, you can see the interaction. Her disrespectful behavior, trying
Hmm.
to tell the producers how to do what they do. Came in here pissing and shitting in my Cheerios, and then called me a liar, and then dropped me, and then blocked me. No. I'm calling her ass out. Okay? Just
Come
like
over to the
Fonny.
Republican Party, man. We don't do
Can
that.
can I say something?
Yes, Miss Sandra.
I think you're letting this get too much to you. You shouldn't. You're giving it too much attention.
If someone calls me a liar and doesn't give me
But
the
you know you're
opportunity,
not. But you're
I'm
but
sorry.
you know you're not. So why are
I
you giving it?
understand, but it bothered me. Listen, I am human. Okay? I am human. And my name is my name. Okay? And I don't want people going around thinking that I'm a liar and I'm not a truth teller. Now, I'm going to drop it here in a second, but I felt the need to talk about it because it was bothering me. Not many things do bother me, but when you say lies about me, that does bother me. That does. My name is my dog's name, and I love that dog. And I don't want anybody to talk about my name like that, to drag my name that I'm a liar, and then to bring up my race. That's uncalled
I
for.
get it. That's something to be angry about, for real.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
mean, I can take other stuff.
And I don't get angry much either, but if somebody calls me a liar and then tells me as a black blah blah, I'm done. I don't hear nothing else you say. So I think you should spend a couple of more minutes getting it out your system because it is
Yeah,
a
I need to
lot.
get it
People
out, Miss
crazy on this
Sandra.
app, for real. Yeah, people
No, I
crazy
get
on
it.
this app. They do way too much.
It's sometimes I think it's unhealthy in the sense just to think about situations where I myself, I think I told you in Miss DJ's life, I respect Miss DJ, but the way she handled her platform one day, Miss Conseco was calling me whitewash just because of my views. That is somewhat offensive in the sense because she doesn't know me, and then she was thinking because of the way I view things that I was being a sellout, I was whitewashed, and that is disrespectful. But then you end the conversation, don't ever have it again because you know that they're not intelligent enough to have a conversation. So you move on.
Right. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra, for
I
your
agree with you.
advice.
And you're still a nice person to call, still call them Miss this and Miss that, because once you call me out my name, your and all niceties are off. I don't know what's wrong with the people on the panel. I mean, I'm sorry, not the people on the panel, but the people on TikTok that feel like their only recourse is to call names. But once you call me a name, I'm going to give you once, I'm going to give you twice, but I'm trying to remain composed. Don't do that. You don't have the right to tell somebody how to think, how to feel, or call them names because of how they think or feel. So some of these people need to have their platforms snatched because they're doing too much. Yeah. That's all.
Well, I'm not for that. Freedom of speech. If you know what you're getting into when you go over there, and that's what you got. But just don't, I just say give a person an opportunity to defend themselves, and don't be. That's a bully, in my opinion. So, but anyway,
Exactly. Now that is a bully.
Anybody that starts a live demeaning or degrading somebody has nothing to say. Like that is definitely just somebody doing it for the likes or whatever. But somebody that degrades or uses violence to get likes, I just think it's no point in having conversations with individuals like that.
It's
yes.
childish.
I'm
Y'all just
sorry,
need to
Sean.
send me over there on their platform with my torch and my gasoline.
Well, listen, Sean, no one needs to send you anywhere. You carry that gasoline and that blowtorch, and you are ready to pull it out at any time. You do it here all the time, and I assume that is just who you are, and that's why Sean is my brother from another. He's very genuine. I get DMs about Sean. Sean is cool with me. Sean, I dropped Sean the other day because he was, I felt a little out of pocket, and he came up and he apologized. It happens, and that's it. But she needs to be called out because he is a bully, and she called me a liar, and she brought up my race, and I don't play around with that.
Sean, let's go over there, Sean. Me and you'll go over there, and we'll go over there. Me and you and Sean, we'll go over there, Sean. You let me know when you.
All right,
Miss
I got
Nicole,
you.
welcome. Miss Nicole. Miss Nicole.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
No,
I'm
no
here.
problem. Go
Hey,
ahead.
how's everybody doing?
I'm doing well. I'm calming down, so we're good. We're good.
That's
Sing,
good.
sing,
Yeah,
sing
I
our
just
church.
I can understand. I can understand the anger with being called a liar. Nobody wants to have their name dragged
And
through the
she brought
mud
up my
like
race.
that.
Like I'm supposed to think a certain way just
And
because
like,
my skin is dark.
yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. So it's just brush it off. People that really know you.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all from me for right now.
Okay. Cool. I always welcome you over here and over here in South Carolina. Let's
Yes,
go
sir.
and
Thank you.
go to my good friend. I'm free. I'm free. How you
Hey,
doing?
Denali.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Big T. Hey, Sean. Hey, Natasha. Long time no see, babe.
Hey sis, how you doing?
I'm good. Just finished celebrating my weekend birthday, because my birthday was Friday, and Denali got on my ass about not letting him know that it was Friday.
Absolutely. You should have let me know last week. We would have done a
Got
little
on my
something special
butt.
for you.
Yeah.
We did for Miss Caroline.
Like,
Miss Caroline's birthday was yesterday. I wished her a
yo.
very happy 60th birthday. And so yeah, you should have let me know. I would have shouted you out.
Yeah. And Natasha, just like I told Denali, my dad got me a brand new car for my birthday, so that topped all my other birthdays.
Does he looking to adopt anyone? That's great.
No.
Hey, a brand new car. I need a car. No, I'm just kidding. That's wonderful. Well, happy birthday and congratulations on your new
Thank
car.
you. I'm 40. Yeah, I'm 43 now, but I didn't see a clip of it. No matter what color you are, person of color, person my color, what have you, just because someone calls you out does not mean that you're a liar. Just because you said something that's not true doesn't mean you're a liar. You just said something that wasn't true. And we all have the right to call people up when they're not telling the truth. But just to call someone a liar and put race into it, that's discriminating against anyone, period. Especially calling out someone who's the same person of your own color. That's discrimination against your own color. And I don't know where they get that from, where they do that at. I really don't. I don't like it. I can't stand it.
100%. Ashley has the right idea. All right, guys. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the gifts. We're up to 14.5. We're doing great. We just started, I guess we started a little over 40 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and hit that next goal of 22.5. I know we can do it. We got over, it looks like 80 people in the room, 50 in the room. 57 says there, but when I did the count, it was like over 80. So let's continue to tap the screen, continue to gift. Let's blow out 2 gift goals each hour. I'm challenging Mr. Denali's people to see if we can blow out 2 gift goals each hour. They're not big ones, teddy bears and lightning bolts and everything like that. Let's see if we can blow out 2 per hour. Don't forget about our don't forget about our show tonight, 10 p.m. to 2. Well, 10 a.m. to 12 is probably going to go to 2, but the Mr. Denali After Dark special. Don't forget about Natalie. Are you joining us tonight, Miss Natalie, or are you on the road or something?
I'm on the road, but I will be joining you from the road.
Okay, cool. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, we're definitely probably gonna be up on that one tonight.
Don't forget
Mr.
about
Sean
me.
wants to know what the
Don't
topic
forget about
is.
me with Julie, okay?
I have to go to work, guys.
Come on, chill.
All right, BA. I will see you next time, brother. See you tonight. Thank you, BA. What did you say, Sean? Jill.
What's the topic for tonight?
That is up to Miss Hunter Goria and Dr. Shay. I'm, listen, they're kind of running it, and we are, I think when,
That's low.
I got it. I let them handle the questions. I think it comes off better when it's a pretty, eloquent. No, what do I want to say? I think it comes off better when a woman asks those questions as opposed to a guy. I don't want to have creep factor, so they usually handle the questions and how I answer the questions. But for me to ask those questions, and I'm shy too, so I don't want to turn red. So I let the ladies handle it.
I don't see how you can be shy being a grown man, being 50 years old being shy. I mean, we all have a right to be shy, but I don't see you being shy that much.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those questions are very, they're very invasive, I guess, maybe, or whatever. So, I just think it comes across better. I think it comes across better if a woman asks those questions and they're happy to do it, and I'm happy to let them do it. Gets me off the hot seat on that, and I can just go ahead and answer the questions that are asked of me. So that's how we do that. So, all right, I think I'm done with the whole what's on it? Straight facts. Red lip straight STRAIGT. Facts FACTZ. And then more lips at the end of that. I think I'm done with her, but I am calling her out. And if she wants to face the champ, she's welcome to push the button.
I know that's right.
I would even go back over there. And
Don't be
she,
white up on that panel.
so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
But I think that she was out of line completely.
You gotta play the song.
Miss Sandra, what do you
You
think
gotta play
about
the
the whole?
song.
You're echoing, D.
I'm not echoing.
So am I.
Miss Natasha, you got to echo.
You got to echo.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yes, Miss Judy. Well, see, Miss Judy, if you go to my page, you can. I was on a live earlier this morning by some woman by the name of Straight Facts with a Z on the end. People say they know her. I don't really know the lady. Somebody reminded me that she had been on our platform, and I went into my archives and I found the clips, and I reposted some of the clips. And so if you go on the page, you can see our brief interaction this morning where she dropped me, blocked me, and called me a liar, and also questioned my race, in my opinion. So I don't think I'm going to say anything else more about it unless I get a question about it. So Miss Sandra, with Donald J. Trump with the Supreme Court, do you think he should have immunity? Do you think all presidents have immunity from being charged criminally once they leave the office?
I think the question is if they should be charged for their duties as president. I think they made a distinction there in the case that they were asking if it was personal or if it was business. So I do think business wise they should have immunity.
Business. Wait, hang on a second, guys. I think I messed up on the.
As president, you mean Sandra, not business, but president, right?
Because
I think so.
it was asked. Miss Barrett asked the situation with the ballots, right? During that time, he was a he was a citizen.
Candidate.
He wasn't a president. So he
Right, he
should
was a candidate.
Yeah, so he should go to court for that because he was not a president at that time. What they're discussing is the immunity that happens within the time frame that they are president, and like if they have to make a choice because of their job to do something, they should have immunity if it fails or if it if it has to do with presidential business.
You're right. That's it. You said it 100%.
My apologies to the chat. I had it on sub only. That was a mistake on my part as I was looking at it. So my apologies. That was not intentional. So don't be mad with me. So Big T, do you think that he should have immunity from, or any president going forward, should he have immunity from being charged criminally?
This is the way I see this. First of all, who determines if it's presidential business or not? For one, okay. Two, I don't think any man or any person for that matter should have immunity from anything in a court of law or in society as a whole. I believe that we all know when you step out of the boundaries of what is your job and what you're supposed to do as a representative of a country or of a place. So in that regards, you do not have full immunity. No, you do not.
Right, 100%.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Go ahead, Miss Sandra.
But Mr. Steve, that's the whole purpose of the different branches to have the check and balances, and that's the whole purpose of the impeachment process, is that the House, the Senate, everybody can impeach the president if they feel they are acting criminally in the state of being in the office.
Like I wrote to you last night, Miss Sandra. You'll never impeach a president. Excuse me, I got my tongue tied up there.
Okay.
You'll never impeach a president or any political office that's of a high statute. And that's because there's always at least 35 or more that's that's equated with that party. So you have to have the other side of the party vote for him. And the way that things are today, see, back in the day, you didn't always have members of the opposite party gun ho and follow forth with the person of their party, irregardless to what they did. You had to be within the parameters of what was right and wrong in order for your party to take and stand up for you. But now you could just about do anything and your party is going to take and stand up there with you. And that's where we're having a problem now. I believe that 45 overstepped his boundaries. He's done things that he should be held accountable for, but because his party affiliation is with him, they're going to stand with him, and that's just wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, you're right, Big
Can I
D.
add something to that?
Absolutely. Then after you want to go
Mr. T?
to then after you want to go to premise.
Yeah, because I'm going to be off for a minute because I got to go do something. But the reason why I don't agree with you and I think presidents should have full immunity is simply this. When Barack Obama, and then somebody was talking about this on a live the other day, I haven't had a chance to go look at the whole thing or what happened, but he and other presidents do things within the scope of their job that somebody could look at and pull it aside and say, hey, we want to prosecute this person for that. And in people's dislike for Donald Trump, they are trying to bend into pretzels, change laws, change things that have been the norm for a very long time in order to get him. And you're sliding down this very slippery slope.
Tell I'm free. She
Like
can't smoke.
someone
Tell
brought
I'm
up
free. She can't smoke.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. He's not on mute. He's not on mute.
I think we're sliding down a slippery slope. I think that people need to separate their dislike for Trump and our legal system because it's becoming very weaponized. Very weaponized. And you have to think, take yourself out, take Donald Trump out of the equation and put yourself in the equation. Do you want somebody coming back and say, hey, you sold your house in 2017 and you said this house was worth 115,000 when it was actually worth 85,000, and in that light you would have paid us this amount of taxes and this amount of fees, and then you go back and have some legal system go back and change that. That is absolutely wrong. It's because it's Donald Trump that they're doing this right now. Donald Trump should be campaigning because he is a presidential candidate. Anything outside of treasons, high crimes and misdemeanors, he should be, I'm sorry, he should be out on the campaign trail.
It's not that.
Huh?
It's not that.
What is it? Okay, so you're telling me the whole time that you haven't broken any laws? If the speed limit is 55, do you go 58? I mean, the law is the law, but it's in context. Don't you agree with that, Mr. T?
I go 10 miles and not more because I know that if I go over 10 miles of the speed limit, then they'll bring me.
But the law is 55. It does not say on a sign 10 miles. It doesn't say 5 miles. It doesn't say 1 mile. So if you're going to hold someone to that standard.
But we're talking about driving a vehicle. Okay, that's something entirely different.
Does it matter what laws?
Yes, it does.
Is there any separation for laws? No, I don't agree with that.
It does.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
You can't inflate the property value of your home. Expand.
Yes, I can. I absolutely can.
Listen to me, Miss Natasha.
Okay.
That a room that's 5 feet, you say that it's 15 feet so that you can get more money for it and think that that's okay.
Give me the law. Give me the law so I can go look that up. What law is that? What law? You saying it's wrong? I want to know the law, the statute, the code. Is it the state code, federal code?
There's a law that's on the books in New York that says that you can't inflate the value of your You can't take and lie.
What I'm asking you, sir, okay, can you tell me? I'm going to look that up today. I'm going to look up that law.
Not a law.
You don't have to because it's not a law.
But we know.
Okay.
But we know. Hold on, let me change. Hold on, let me change. It's echoing.
Yeah, Miss Natasha, you got a big echo. Miss Natasha, you got a big echo.
No, but this is look. If a guy sells you a car saying that this car has this size engine in it, and you buy the car from him and get home and see that that car's engine is not where he said it was, you're going to be pretty upset, and you're going to take that car back to him and say that, hey, look, you misrepresented this car. You said it had this size engine in it, and it has this one, and you know that it's wrong. You know you can't make me.
You're
No,
using
it's
two
either
separate
yes or no, Miss
words.
Natashak.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you
It's
yes
not
or no,
up
but
for debate.
hold on, Mr. T, come on, we don't do that here. I'm saying you're using two different things. Yeah, is it wrong or is it against the law? Morally, is it wrong? If I know that I have a
It's
property
against the
and
law. There's a law against that.
so tell me the law so I can go look that up.
It's a law to say that you selling and look, if you want to look, it's out there. I'll find it if you want me to. I'll bring
Oh,
it
just
to
tell
you.
me the state.
No,
I'll
no.
find it because I have
Uh,
LexisNexis and I
It's
have a lot of
it's
access to stuff.
it's a lemon law. It's under the lemon law
No,
statute.
that's not under the lemon law, sir.
Yes, that
I have to
is. If
disagree
you
with
go
you. No,
look,
it's
it
not.
is, Miss
That's
Natashak.
consumer law. That's not the thing. This is
Well
property law.
then if you
This is
know the law, I'm
contracts.
asking you.
Well, no, I don't know that
No,
I'm
no.
not familiar with the law. That's
Well,
what I'm asking.
you just cited it
Okay.
because I
What I'm
believe that
saying,
it's under that statute.
what I'm saying about this is, all I'm saying about this is if you take Donald Trump's name out of some of these laws and put yourself in
And
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 feel
and
like,
if I
would
did
you
that,
want to
I'd
go to,
still be guilty.
huh? Would you want to go to court if you sold your house in 2017 and the government comes in and says, "Hey, the bank said nothing. You paid the house off. It's all done. Everybody's happy." They come to court and say, "Hey, I'll do business with them again." But the government says, "No, we don't like that deal. And we think that you should have paid more." That is what's being done. And even though you don't like Donald Trump, what I'm saying, it sets a nasty precedent that now after they do this to Donald Trump, other people can go back and say, "Hey, I want to do this to you." Do you understand what I'm saying? That's
Actually,
why it's a bad law. Hmm?
actually, it's in reverse
Okay, I just
because
listened to you, Miss Natashak, right? Now hear
Yes. What
me
did you
out.
send me? You said you sent me something?
Oh, you say you listened.
Okay, I'm going to put on
Now,
mute and
now,
listen to you,
now
Mr.
hear
T.
me out, Miss Natashak. I sell my house. I sell it for $1 million. In selling the house, I represented it as it's got 100 square feet. It's got 3 stories to it. It's worth this much money. You buy the house with the intention, with what I represented it as. Um, when you get it, you find out that what I said, footage wise, is not there. It's not as big as I said it was. This is not even with the person that brought the house. Say the person that brought the house, they okay with the fact that they just got duped. But the state looks and see that that's what I've represented it as. They're going to come back to me and they're going to say you misrepresented that house as being one thing and it's another. And we don't allow that in our state. So now you've broken the law. What are you going to say as a result of it? You did break the law. You did tell them it was something that it's not. Who's wrong? Or is it the person that brought the house, or is it the person that sold the house?
Are you asking me?
This it's the state's problem because they're getting into a process that they weren't involved in years later. They did not go through
But
when you buy
But
a
if you
house, when
if
you
you
buy a house,
misrepresent the
you can
house,
list it however you want. But the other person that
exactly.
buys the house has to go through and do process and make sure that they're getting what they're paying for. And that was completed and done. It is not his fault that people paid for his businesses to the level that he sold them for. That's not a crime.
Well, let me,
it is. The
Mr. T,
state says
Big
you
T,
can't.
I understand what you were asking, and let me say
No, the
this.
state says you can't do that.
No, no, I understand. I
They
kind of
say that you
understand
can't do that.
where you're going with it. But the thing of it is, the bank if I go to the bank today and I say, hey, I want to sell my home and I want to get, and the people are doing it right now with the housing market, right? I want to sell my home. I think this house is worth $550,000. And the bank says, nope, I'm going to give you 500. You can still buy the house,
You
but
can
I'm only going to give you 500,000 for that
you
house.
can
And
put
people
whatever
are
price
having
you
to,
want on your house, but what you can't do is
exactly.
say that your house is 500 feet when it's only 100. You can't do
Hold
that.
on. Listen to me. But I don't, but so now you're saying that Donald Trump said it was this amount of feet and it wasn't. That is that goes back to the bank. Everybody has to get an appraiser to go out. There is no law saying that you can't ask for what you want for your property, your car, or anything in the United States. You can price it at what you want. That's what capitalism is.
But the
But when
state
it comes
says
to
you
what,
can't
but
misrepresent your property. The state says you can't misrepresent it. Simple as
well,
that.
well, this
We
is what
can
I'm
dance
I'm
this
I'm trying
jig
to tell
until the
you.
cows
Right
come
now,
home,
we're dealing with
but
that
the facts will
in the home
remain.
in the home market, right? The home market is if like again, if I say I want to sell my house for 550,000 and the bank says I feel it's worth 500 because everybody's supposed to have appraisers coming out. The bank, you supposed to have appraisers. But you can still sell that property for 550. It doesn't matter. If the bank says I'm going to give you 500, then the person has to go out and find the other 50 whether they want to pay it out of their pocket. I have plenty of friends that were buying houses and property over market value, over what they were quoted, over what the banks were saying. They had to come out of their own pocket. But the fact that the bank, the institution that Donald Trump was dealing with, and Donald Trump has completed a transaction, it was paid off years ago. They are super wrong to go back into that process, the state, dig it up and say, this is what you should, and then actually make him pay the difference or what he feels that should have been owed. Who do you pay that money to? The state? Does the state get the money? Does the city get the money? When they're fining him, where does that money go?
New York.
Even the bank came to court
Going
and
to
said,
the,
hey, we
going to
will
the
do
state.
business with him again. It's just a bad precedent. It's just a bad place.
Look,
Period.
just because you want to be a fool don't mean that everybody else supposed to go along with that.
But that's not being
The
a
state
fool.
say you
It's
can't do that. They
no.
found him
Well, why do
liable.
we have the lemon
It's
laws?
not a
Tell me
say. They
that.
found him liable. All right. He's
But
appealing
that's
it. And
because it
once
was
he
in New
appeals it,
York.
he's gonna go to the appeal process and they're gonna find him guilty again because he
Right.
I
broke
don't
the
think
law.
so.
I agree.
All
I
I
right.
don't think
agree.
so. I think that if he
It,
does, all of those businesses in New York are going to start leaving as fast as they can pack their bags because they're not going to want to go through that same process. And that's everything you do has a consequence.
All right. Okay.
Trump's gonna leave a lot of
yeah.
property that's gonna be sold cheaply then if everybody decides to leave on that. But I don't think
No,
so.
that's not going to be for the good for the
Because
state of New York.
in a world that's supposed to be fair, we know when you break the law, you have to pay the penalty. Simple
So
as that.
do everybody that breaks the law have to pay the price? Like I said, you said 10 miles over. So if we're driving 55 and the sign doesn't say 55 plus 10,
But
when you go
if,
56, technically you have broken the law. Do you want to be
and if they
arrested and put
stop you,
in
you're
jail
going
for
to pay
that?
that ticket. And if
If
I
they
my
stop
mean,
you, you're going to
if
pay
they
the
stop
ticket.
you for 56, I mean, do you really want
They're
that
going to pay.
society
You're
to be
going to
that
pay the
way?
ticket. You're going to pay the ticket.
Okay.
All right.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I
Court,
have to jump off, Mr. Denali. Thanks,
the
Mr.
judge is
T.
So
going to
much.
say
Thank
the
you,
judge is going
Natasha.
to say to you,
Appreciate
Miss
you. Be
Natasha,
safe. Okay. I'll call you later.
Absolutely. I'm gonna jump back on later on. Let's get them likes up. 20. I'm not ignoring you, Big T. I gotta jump off for real
yeah, I
because
know. Hey, have a
I'm
nice day.
working.
I like to
Yeah, I'll
talk
be
to
back
you
in
every
later
now and then.
on. Of course, me and you. This is what it is over here. This is good dialogue. People that don't agree, we still treat each other with respect. And all those people who don't know that, maybe they can come over here and get a couple of lessons. But
Absolutely.
absolutely. And go ahead and get that likes up to 22,000 and keep hitting double tapping and let's meet some of these goals, guys. And I'm gonna go to drop somebody and bring somebody up in my spot. Have a
I
great day,
appreciate
everyone.
you
Sean,
too.
everybody,
Natasha.
Nicole,
Appreciate you too.
Sandra, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you. You too, Miss Natasha.
All right. I want to go to my good friend. I haven't seen him in a while. I think that's him. Mr. Double Up. Is that you?
Hey, how you doing there, young man?
Good, man. Where you been at?
Hey, been doing what I've been doing, observing all the social medias, uh, TikTok, X, Facebook, just listening to find out what's going on. And, I basically look at two things. I look at people who are indoctrinated and people who are not indoctrinated, the ones that follow facts.
Okay.
Okay, it's basically what I've been doing, and just to try to see where this pushes the country, in which direction it pushes the country, because it's indoctrination element. They have been using since before most of these people were born. It's actually working. It's actually working. I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I remember years ago when I was just walking out, looking at some things in grocery stores, like Walmart and in certain areas, Albertsons, Stater Brothers, and I was looking at these magazines at the time when they had all this information on there about Trump and all these, these candidates and so forth. And I was curious then if that form of indoctrination was going to work, over the media and through the system like that. And that's been years ago, and I have to say, yeah, it works. That's basically where I'm at right now.
All right, Mr. Double Up, my good friend. I haven't seen him in such a long time. He was up here when we first, maybe the first 2 weeks, something like that. And I really appreciate his voice, and I'm glad that his voice he's come back, or had the opportunity to come back and lend his voice to the platform after 10 weeks. It's been 10 weeks.
10 weeks?
10 weeks we've been doing this. This is the end of 10 weeks right here, of doing full time consistent shows. So
So
yeah.
I haven't talked to you in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you came up. We had some conversations behind the scenes as well. I think it was 2 weeks old at that time, and now we are 10 weeks strong, still growing, and still learning. I'm trying to be better today than I was yesterday. I listened to some of the older shows, and I'm like, wow, some of the things I was like, oh, I'm glad that I changed that, or some things I need to bring back sometimes. But I'm happy to see you, sir.
Well, I'm
100%.
happy to see you too, young man, and I'm gonna keep supporting you and pushing you because you guys are doing what you need to be doing, and that's communicating. Doesn't matter how gritty it gets, that's what it takes. Sometimes it's like combat. Sometimes situation is not what you want,
Hmm.
but you stick it out, and you're doing a good job. All you young guys out there, I was watching all you. Zeus and Oil Spill and a whole bunch of you guys. I'm keeping an eye on you and just learning from you and seeing what you're doing for for the country and the society as a whole. And I'm pleased. I really have to say I'm really pleased.
Coming from you, that means a lot. So I really appreciate that you watched, and the compliments and things like that. And I definitely thank you for lending us your voice, even if it's for a short time. And of course, you always have an open invitation anytime you'd like to come up and say something. So you understand that.
I sure do, young man. Well, look here. You keep pushing it, and I'll get back with you guys some other time. But like I said, keep going. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I want to now go to Mr. Edwin. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Denali?
Doing well. What say you, sir? I haven't seen you in quite some time.
Oh yeah. I'd be around, so I just wanted to pop through. Thanks for the invite. Nice subject. Just listen to the dialogue of our fellow citizens. So I guess I'll answer the question. Should he be allowed to speak? I guess should 45 be allowed to speak his mind? Yes or no? Um, I don't believe he should. I mean, he has a right to speak his mind, but when he is mandated by the courts not to, he must follow the law, as all of us are bound to as well. So I think in this particular situation, whether you agree with him being in court at all for the circumstances or not, he doesn't have free reign to do what he wants to do if the judge tells him not. It's similar. I look at it like this. If you're a parent and you tell your children, when you get out of school, come straight home, if they decide to stop by the store, go over a friend's house or whatever else, and then come home, like they've just, usurped your authority. And I think what he's doing in speaking against being placed under a gag order is similar to that. He's not respecting the authority of the courts to tell him don't talk about the court. Um, In particular, there are jurors, there are alternate jurors. Anything that he says, as they say, can and will be used against you in a court of law. Now, there may be a juror on out there that's an alternate that may hear his rhetoric or his tone. And let's say the current jurors, one of them gets sick or ill or has a family emergency, and someone has to replace them. His words could affect him negatively when the juror that may have been in panel may be pro-Trump, but the next juror that comes up may not, and his words could be used against him. So I don't believe that he should take the liberty under a gag order to speak.
Right. Now we talked about this the other day that is his speech, should he be allowed to have the free speech that he has because of his influence? Because of his influence, is his speech paramount to yelling fire in a crowded theater because of the influence that he has? Does that
Well,
make sense?
his influence was garnered because of who he is. I mean,
Right.
as Citizen Trump. So he can't, I don't think anyone can demean his ability to gather an audience. I mean,
No, no,
that's
I'm not. I got that, but I'm saying, should his speech be curbed because of his influence and the way he yields that or wields that influence? Because he can normally say, meet me here, such and such, and however many thousands or whatever are going to show up. And we saw that his speech can incite violence because we saw that in January 6th. So I guess what I'm saying. If I say that, it's different than if he says it because he did have the bully pulpit. He did have 74 million people get off their couch and go vote for him. So his speech he needs to be more responsible with his speech. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
ideally
Yes.
you would want. You would want someone to understand the reach of his commentary and his comments, but
Right.
everyone's not made the same.
Sure.
The Constitution gives all of us, regardless of your popularity or influence, the ability to freely speak, unless mandated by some higher authority, and that would be our system is a system of laws and governance. Whether we like it or not, sometimes we like what comes down and sometimes we don't. But we have to be able to follow the mandate of the court system. If not, we have anarchy. That
Sure.
means nobody listens to anybody. I
Absolutely.
heard a lady say, well, what if you're going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit? Well, if a cop pulls you over, what makes you stop? I mean, you could be like, I'm on my way to an appointment. I ain't got time to fool with you. And when he stops, he tells him, look, I don't respect your authority, so I'm gone. You know, and that's probably not going to end well, but at the same time, that's kind of what he's doing. He's been pulled over for an infraction that has to be litigated in the system. He is getting his just due. He's in the court system. They are deliberating. His counsel is defending him. The prosecutor is trying to prosecute him. There are people that are going to determine which one they believe. And in doing so, the judge has mandated him not to, do some things, and he's got to abide by that. He's not his own counsel. He's being represented. So him being gagged doesn't fundamentally hurt his case.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Edwin. Uh,
I believe
Go ahead, Big T. You want to say something real quick?
Mr. Denali, yeah, I think the whole thing in a nutshell is he's using his voice to attack certain people and certain things in the court system, which is in turn putting people at risk and making the individuals that he's targeting in fear. And that's not what we want to have. And because he has such a
Reach.
strong following,
Hmm.
that's what's creating the problem. That's why I think the judge put the gag order on him,
Right.
and he was taken about by the course. Simple as
Yeah.
that.
I think he wants to go to jail. I think he wants to get put in jail, even if it's for 4 hours, 5 hours. I think he wants that. I think again that's going to make his base wrap their arms around him and see what they're trying to do. They're trying to silence him, and I
They
think
might there might be some that go that way, but he's already realized that from his January 6th incident that his base is no longer following the march to his drum the way it used to be. He actually looked out there while he was in court to see where there was, and he was trying to get them to take and gather there. I think it was only one that was out there. So he sees that that's not working anymore.
well, Mr. T, he did barnstorm through the Republican process. He took down seasoned candidates, so he is the nominee. So he does have maybe not the same influence, but he does have big influence because he is the Republican nominee of the other party, and
But they only go but so far. They're not going to come out there though because they're afraid of
well, I don't really
what
care if
may
they come
happen.
out there. The fact that he could be the president again.
He could, but you know what? To be honest with you, I don't really think that he's got as much of America following him as the media will have you believe.
Well,
I
no,
just don't
but
think.
he won the Republican nominee, or he will
Well,
soon for the
well,
convention.
that's because of the people that they were running against. They were running against him. They really didn't hold a candle to him anyway.
Well, what happened the first
Have you
time?
seen all the? Never mind. Go ahead.
I
No,
mean,
go ahead, Sean. See what?
did we see what, Sean? Sean and Dr. Shay. You guys must have that Trump
Used to
Wi-Fi.
Sean, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear nothing, Sean.
I'm again. All right. Talk later.
You all broken up, brother.
No, we missed that.
Yeah, we missed it. I would have loved to. Birdie, what's happening? Hey, everybody, continue to tap the screen. We're at 17.5. Let's get up to that 22.5. Let's go ahead and blow out the rest of these teddy bears. We need 53 more teddy bears. Let's blow that out. Come on now. Let's do it. We got 2 shows today. We got this one, and then we got the After Dark special coming up at 10 p.m. So let's go ahead and like the live. Let's go ahead and gift the panel. Don't forget to follow me and also hit the notification bell so you know when we are going live. Thank you for the gifts. I really appreciate it. Let's blow that out. I'm trying to blow out 2 gift goals per hour. I think that we can do it. And they're not big gifts. They're not choo-choo trains and beach landscapes. They're teddy bears, the lightning bolts, those kind of things like that. Birdie, what say you, sir?
Yeah, so I mean, what they're asking Trump to do isn't different than they'd ask of anyone. You can't do what he's doing. You can't make statements that it's rigged, whatever. The judge is this or that, or the judge's daughter is that, because what you're doing is it's intimidation.
Right.
So they're not asking him to do anybody that would have done that, Trump or not, would have been found in contempt of court, and they would probably already have been, jailed at some point because he continues to break it over and over again. What basically the gag order is officially warning him that he can't continue to do what he's doing. And if he continues, that's basically okay. Now you're breaking the order. But the gag order is essentially you're officially warned for doing this.
It's 100%.
All right. Okay. Miss Sandra, I'm sure you have something with that to add to that. Miss Sandra, my good friend out in California.
No, I'm just listening. I agree that if a judge sets a rule, he should follow it. So I'm with that. If the judge feels that there is any type of breaking the law that would cause an effect on the case, yes, he should follow it.
Okay. Do you think his speech is equal to other people's speech, like myself or you or anybody else on the panel? And should he be more responsible with what he says because of the influence that he has?
I think we're in a new type of society where there's a lot of people that have influence.
Well,
Like,
I'm talking about Trump, who before he became president was a very powerful man. And do you think he became more influential after he won the presidency?
I think it's about the same because he's always been within.
You think that Donald Trump, the celebrity, is just as influential and powerful as Donald Trump, the former president?
Yes.
Does everybody agree with that on the panel?
No.
Right. Eddie, you agree with that?
No, I'm waiting for you.
Nicole, Birdie?
Is he the same as everyone else?
No. The question
No.
He's
is,
more
while
powerful.
he was when he was the apprentice guy and Donald Trump the celebrity, did
Right.
he become more powerful as the former president? As he, Miss Sanders saying he's just as powerful and influential whether he was the sitting president or not.
No, I mean, he's obviously way more influential now.
Right. Okay. So, Miss Sandra, should he be more responsible with his influence, especially with his speech? Because I would say that when he speaks is paramount to yelling fire in a crowded theater. Would you agree with that, Miss Sandra, out in California?
I think influential wise, I think he's still the same just because he did get elected, right, as a celebrity. So he must have had some type of influence. And his shows at the time were the top shows during the time that he was a actor or whatever he was, or a celebrity. I do think that, like I said, every public official has to watch their words. So yes, I do believe that he does have to watch his words. But I think now we're in a point where everybody can has their own perception of what his words mean.
Wait. Do words have meaning, Miss Sandra?
They do, but the other day you
Are
were
the words different because Donald Trump says them, or do they
no.
mean the
I'm
same
saying
thing?
if he says it, then we take it as it is. But we shouldn't be like, oh, I know what he meant, but he didn't really say it. Like that's where we're at now with his speech.
Do you find yourself having to explain what Donald Trump means, or do you take him at face value when he says one thing? You take it. That's what he meant to say.
I don't think I've ever found myself having to explain his speech.
Okay. Okay. All right. So when he said January 6th, get over there and fight like hell, what do you think he was meaning when he said that?
To fight like hell, the same way as Maxine Waters says you have to push, shove, and get your point across. It's the same.
Not the same.
What? Okay.
What
So
do you
what
mean
did you
it's not
think,
the
Miss?
same?
What
It's the
what what do
same.
you think? What do you think Miss Maxine Waters meant when she said that?
To fight for what you believe in the sense the same as what Trump said. To fight
That
for,
Not
means vote.
physically, or you meant that? Do you think they meant that metaphorically?
I think metaphorically, because it is a rally, and I don't think he was expecting individuals to do what they did, and
Do
I
you
don't think
think
he.
Maxine Waters and Donald J. Trump have the same influence when they speak?
Yes,
They do?
No
they
way at
do.
all.
Here in
Wait a
California,
second.
they
Wait a
do.
second,
They're
Miss
both political.
Miss
They're both.
Sandra. Now, I know you don't want me to use that term on you, and I'm not going to. You're telling me that Maxine Waters, a congressperson in California, not even a senator in California or the governor, you're saying a congresswoman in California has the same influence. Her
But do you
word.
think? So here's a question: do you think a person's position makes other people do what they did? That's just not right. I don't think that. I think
No, I'm saying you said that Maxine Waters' voice holds the same weight as Donald Trump's voice. Is that
they
what I'm
do
giving
because
you a
they're
chance?
both officials. They're both public
Are
officials. So yes,
all
I do.
officials created equally?
I do believe so, and I hope that we do treat them that way.
No, not listen, Miss Sandra. I'm
Well, I
gonna.
don't believe to that fan
I don't
base.
want to make any
Hey,
pretzels
I don't.
today. I
No
don't.
matter how much you
Her
twist it
fan
or
base
do
is of
it,
a certain.
All right. Okay. Aren't you a public
you.
official?
I am a public official.
Do you have the same voice as Donald Trump?
I do believe so when it comes to what I'm working with.
To your
Man.
fan base.
No.
Okay. Anyway, Miss
But
Sandra,
he's got a bigger
I'm gonna
fan base than you.
come on. You gotta
But
stop
yeah,
that.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. We're dealing with a different type of society because now we're dealing with fan bases, how you guys want to say it. But when it's about speech
Do you
and
have
what
a
it does
fan
with our
base?
job,
Do you have a fan base?
no,
Yeah, you do.
So if you said something, could you command 10,000 people to show up somewhere?
no.
Could Donald Trump
But
command 10,000?
I
Could
can say,
Donald J.
I can
Trump
say.
command? Could Donald J. Trump command 10 people to a certain area, ma'am?
Yes.
I don't, I don't think so.
You
Yes.
I think he can say it, but
you don't
I don't
think
think.
right now if Donald J. Trump say, "Hey, I'm having a rally, show up at a park," you don't think that the people are going to show up?
Well, yes, but in the sense, again, it's. I think it's the way you're setting the words of the influence. I don't think he can influence people to commit crimes.
I didn't
I don't
say
think so.
that. I said, could he
But that's
command a crowd of 10,000 people to a particular area?
Well,
yes.
he did command
I
some people
know,
to
but she
commit
said
some
that
crimes.
all officials are created equally, and she's a public official.
Well, they all not committed.
Well, I'm just going to quote what I'm using. She's saying the word. I'm just trying to follow up to find out
I think
exactly
our
what she means
words,
by
when
it.
it comes to it, it holds the same values. It should hold it
Listen, as
upscaled
I tell my
value.
son, I can't live in the world that I want. I have to live in the world that is. And in no way are your voice is equal to Donald Trump's. You would agree with that, wouldn't you?
I guess, yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh my
But he's
God.
a
There was
celebrity.
this little guy with a mustache, the funny mustache that that influenced a whole bunch of people to
The,
kill
an-
about
Sorry,
6
the
million
answer is
people.
no. The answer is no. Trump
Who
didn't
is that
command
talking?
anybody.
Hello, hello, hello. How
Nobody
you?
commanded anybody.
Hello, hello. How you doing? How are you, ma'am?
Hi, I was.
Okay. Is this your first time here, ma'am? Hello. Are you there? Hmm.
Her bars are bad.
I think she got. She must
Jillian is her
have.
name.
She must have that
Trump
Trump
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. She must have that Trump.
Hey man, I'm traveling, so I go through
Not
spots.
you, Sean. You always
I
have.
know, but y'all
You
were saying it
always have
earlier.
bad service wherever you and Dr. Shay always have some
I
bad
do
service.
not, man.
Yes,
As
you
long as
do.
I'm in one spot, I'm all right.
All right. Miss Angie's there with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
How you doing, Miss Angie? Good to hear your voice.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You guys are traveling for the bike thing. Is that right?
No, we're working.
Oh, you're working. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and our last few houses are like out in the middle of nowhere.
Are you guys? Would you guys say the key to happy marriage is you guys have to work together?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. That just makes it bigger challenge.
All right. Okay. All right.
Hell to no.
All right. I got you.
I'm
Miss.
trying to get I gotta get we gotta get more help.
Okay, Miss Jillian.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, never mind.
How are you, ma'am? Is this your first time here?
It's my first time in this live. Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. How'd you hear about us?
Uh, Scrolling through on TikTok.
Okay. Cool. No, the reason I asked that question because that's how important it is to for the people in the chat to go ahead and like the live so we can push it out, share the live so we can push this out to the For You page so more people can come on over and be part of the most inclusive space here on TikTok where your voice will be heard, it will not be disrespected, and your experiences will be embraced, not dismissed. So what say you, Miss Jillian?
Well, so it's storming really bad here. I'm in South Texas. I don't know if you guys can hear me,
We got you
but
loud
we've
and
Keep
clear.
got.
We
going.
iterating in the background, but we got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got. Well, so if I go inside my house, I've got a metal roof, so I'll lose service. You won't be able to hear me. I'm still connected to
Okay.
Wi-Fi, but I know I
Got
don't
it.
have Trump Wi-Fi. It's just I'm in a rural area,
Okay.
so like
You
lines
need
aren't reliable.
Verizon.
I've got Starlink, but again,
All right.
that relies on satellite internet. So
Starlink. I never even heard of that.
9.9 times out of 10,
Uh-huh.
my internet is fantastic.
All right, cool. Well, let's hopefully we're in one of those 9 times. What say you?
So my issue, well, not issue, but my rebuttal, I should say, was I don't understand.
There go that
Trump commands
Wi-Fi.
people to do things.
There go that Wi-Fi
Like
again.
I wasn't at the beginning when the whole presidential of 2016 happened. Like he wasn't my first pick, but the more I listened, the more I was engaged. I've been political for the better part of 3 decades now. So I was paying attention under like both Bush Senior, Bush Junior, Clinton, Obama, both RNC and DNC, because I don't vote based on rhetoric. I vote based on policy. So that's the space that I'm coming from. And what I don't understand is why do so many Democrats think that Trump just can like snap his fingers and make shit happen?
Do you think he has? Do you think he has
That's the
influence,
fan
ma'am?
base.
Do you think he has influence?
Of course.
Okay.
Influence is one thing. Commanding somebody to do something is very, very different.
Okay. When did you buy his tennis shoes?
No.
Why?
Well, one, because they were sold out. I don't really like the gold
If
ones,
they
but
weren't, if they were not sold out, would you have purchased them, ma'am?
I like the style of the red and the white ones.
If they were not sold out, would you have purchased them,
Maybe.
ma'am?
But that's the beauty of it, though, right? Because I'm not forced to buy those shoes.
If they were not sold out, would you have purchased them, ma'am?
But if I want those shoes, I should be able to spend my own money that I worked for to buy them, right?
Ma'am, if they were not sold out, would you have purchased them?
Possibly. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
It's a possibility. Yeah, I like them.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Obama had merch.
What? I don't care about.
Obama had merch
Ma'am.
that he
I
sold.
don't care about the merchandise. I'm asking you. He has influence, and should he be more responsible with what he says out of his mouth because of his influence?
Because I could be influenced to purchase some shoes.
Who has more influence, or Trump?
Okay, let's look at it this way.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Daniel,
why would
Big T,
liking a
give
pair
me
of
1
shoes?
second, Big T. Give me 1 second. Man, what?
But why would buying a pair of shoes mean that I would be willing to?
I'm making a comparison. Why do you guys, it bugs me that you guys want to bend yourself into the pretzel to make wrong right.
Actually, I feel the opposite. I feel like you're bending into a pretzel by saying
tell me
that
how I'm bending myself into a pretzel.
Pair of shoes.
Tell me, forget the shoes. You're hung up on the shoes. Ma'am, do you understand? Ma'am, do you understand comparisons?
Yes, and you are equating or comparing January 6th
do not get hung up on the words about the shoes. Do you think that Donald?
So why ask about the shoes then?
Let me just explain how
we were talking about influence and command. You said
control your emotions, ma'am. When you
can I ask a question?
Not right now, Bertie.
Okay.
Miss Jillian, when you hear my voice, you need to stop talking. Are you okay with that? Miss Jillian. Miss Jillian. So now she wants to be funny. Mr. Eddie, you go ahead, sir.
I'm okay with that. Yes, I am fine with that.
Okay, great. So, does Trump have a voice, an influential voice?
Is that for me?
Give me 1 second, Eddie. Miss Jillian, does Trump have an influential voice?
Of course.
Okay. Should he be more responsible with the things that come out of his mouth?
In what aspect?
Anything. I don't care what it is. Should he be responsible, more responsible for the words that he uses when he's speaking in public?
He does. He
Does.
already
He does. So when he said, go to the Capitol and fight like hell, what did he mean by that?
he go watch the whole speech because he didn't. He said peacefully make your voices heard. Respect the rule of law. Peacefully make your voices heard. It was a gathering and a protest
What were they protesting? What were they
their
protesting?
voices heard.
What were they
Trump
protesting?
was not the only person to speak that day.
What were they protesting?
The selection of electors for the certification of the election.
When we heard "Stop the Steal," what does that represent, Miss Jillian?
Stop the Steal never came from Trump's mouth. That is a very different organization. That's like equating Antifa and BLM
Didn't he
to the
speak
same thing.
Didn't he speak at the Stop the Steal rally?
He spoke right at the obelisk.
Okay, stop right there. Let's do it like an elephant. Let's stop right there. Let's do it like we're eating an elephant. He was speaking at what type of rally, ma'am?
The rally at the obelisk.
What was it called, ma'am?
The rally at the
what
obelisk.
What was it called, ma'am? Ma'am,
the rally.
Ma'am,
that
what was the rally?
Down the road.
What was the rally called?
Sir, there were over 6 million people in D.C.
What was the rally called?
Which one? Which rally?
The one that Trump spoke at.
There were more than one.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Okay. Are you voting for Trump?
Jesus Christ. There was more than one rally.
Are you voting for Trump?
6 million people in the Capitol that day.
Are you voting for Trump?
There was like 8 different freaking rallies. Did you not see all of that?
Are you voting for Trump?
Absolutely, on policy alone.
Okay, that's fine. What about in 2016?
Which policy is that, though?
In order?
Yeah, what policy are you voting for, Miss Jillian?
My first one was the deregulation that he did for small businesses right off the bat.
Are you a small business owner?
My second favorite policy was the First Step Act and what he did for 30,000 nonviolent first offender criminals that were imprisoned under the 91 Crime Bill Act. My third favorite policy was the removal of the mandate from the ACA from being forced to be fined or purchase health insurance. My fifth favorite policy was the Abraham Accords and peace in the Middle East. My sixth favorite policy was the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accords, which was detrimental.
Y'all thought you were gonna get
policy was wanting to withdraw from NATO.
All right, Miss Jillian.
Yeah, all those policies are horrendous.
Hang on one second.
Except for the First Step Act.
Well, listen, that's her. Listen, she's looked at the political landscape, and those things are important to her, and she goes on the side with Trump. Mr. Eddie, would you like to address Miss Jillian?
I really don't think it'll matter.
Well, listen, I don't think we ever should stop talking. You never know when a light bulb moment can go off.
You know,
my opinion, of course. But
when she clearly have a different understanding of January 6th, and it was the Stop the Steal rally, and I only know of one rally at that particular day. Her and I just wouldn't want to interact with her.
Okay, you don't want to interact with her, is that correct?
No, but some of the questions that you were asking earlier, I'd like to touch bases on.
Okay, great. Does anybody want to interact with Miss Jillian? Have anything? Birdie, Big T, Ro? Anybody? No? We're going to let her go?
Can you guys all of the footage that's been released now from J6 and still say that was a coup? And still say that millions of people just broke into the Capitol?
You think it was
not millions, thousands.
You think it was coordinated?
She said there were 6 million people there at the rally. Is that correct?
I think she's saying there were 6 million people in D.C. at the time.
Possibly,
Between
yeah.
8 rallies within the DC proper and outskirts, yes, there was 8 million people and over
I
8
have a few
rallies.
questions for you. I heard you say that there was people down there supporting different causes. The ones that came to see Donald Trump, what causes were they there? What causes were they for?
Good question. How come anybody
Six.
You
answer that?
understand my
It was
question?
the certification of the election.
So the ones that came to see him was for the certification of the election.
Yes.
Was they for him for certifying it or against certifying it?
Depending on how that went.
Mr. Denali.
It was all hinging on how that went.
Well,
Okay, I
day,
think what Big
that
T is
day
trying
in
to
his,
say is
hold on,
that
wait for a
I
minute.
think what hang on one second, Big T. I think what Big T is trying to say is that all the rallies that were there, they were against the election results. Is that safe to
No,
say, Ms. Jillian?
well, no, what I wanted to know from her was what was that day supposed to be for? Not what they came to see Donald Trump for. What was being held that day?
First of all, Trump
The
wasn't even supposed to
certification of the
Trump
of
wasn't even
the
supposed to be there that day. Right?
pardon?
Number one.
No, he actually was in fact supposed to be there because he told them to come there that day.
No, he wasn't. That had nothing
No,
to
he
do with
did tell them.
Trump.
He did
That
tell them.
that was the
Invited
rally
What do
them.
you
that
mean it has
put
nothing to
that
do with
on.
Trump?
Okay,
He
so if we're
organized the
not going to be
rally.
genuine about
No,
what
Trump
the
Right.
whole
didn't
ordeal
organize
was
those
about, we can't
rallies.
even have a
Of
So
course
why
he
discussion.
did he
did.
show up then? Why did he? Does
He
Donald Trump
sent
just show up at
emails.
random rallies, Miss Jillian,
No, he ended up showing up last minute.
by
Because
mistake?
No.
no,
See,
not by mis no,
From the
we're
because of what
wasting
January
time
happened
here.
6th.
We're
because of
wasting
what
January
time
happened
6th,
with
it
two
her.
will be
days before
wild.
that with the court cases.
We're
That's
wasting
why he
time with
ended up
her.
being there.
Mr. Eddie,
We're
please.
wasting time with her.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr.
Let her
Eddie.
and
Mr.
Sandra
Hang on,
talk.
hang on. Mr. Eddie, what would you like to say, sir? Go ahead. Of the things that we were talking about before, because you're saying that we're wasting time. So what would you like to say, Mr.
I
Eddie?
mean, you were talking earlier about
I know. So tell me what it is that you came up to say. I want to hear it, sir.
well, first of all, you were talking about holding him accountable for his speech and
Right?
the words that he was saying.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
that's one of the reasons I came up, and I wanted to
Okay.
piggyback on something that T said
Let's
earlier.
do it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. And he says things that according to his supporters are taken out of context. Now, is that someone that we want to rehire for the highest office in the land? When he says things and people take it out of context, then Paul Pelosi get hammered in the head by one of his supporters. A thousand rioters get incarcerated, and some idiot goes in front of Obama's home with weapons, and somebody goes down to El Paso Walmart and unalive people, and then they're saying that they took them out of context. These things should be taken into account.
Okay.
And also, I did the first thing I heard was Big T talking about the Senate and the House. It will never get back to where it was when you 2/3 of the Senate could convict, and I totally agree with that because in 1994 the president resigned. He resigned because the Senate and the House on his side, the Republican side, was going to boot him. There was no impeachment hearing. He resigned. So we'll never get back to those days when we have an honest House and Congress.
Thank you, Mr. Addy.
You were right, T.
All right. Mr. Rowe or Birdie or Miss Sandra.
So should
I'm sure you wanna. I'm sure
I
you
mean,
wanna.
Who do you think has more influence, Obama or Trump? If you're talking about speech,
it
I
depends
think
on what people you're talking about.
I think.
they both have a large following.
we're
Why?
talking. If you're telling me that we have to see a person's speech because of the
You
position
have to
he
watch
held,
what
right?
you say.
Yes.
You
Well,
have to
So
watch what you
who
say.
do you think
Because
has more
Obama has
influence?
influence. So because Obama has influence, that means Trump doesn't have influence.
No, I'm asking you, who do you
I
think
think I
has
think Trump I think Trump has more influence.
and it can be exerted in both ways, the negative and positive. Correct?
Right. So I think if I'm gonna answer your question, I think that Trump has more influence because not only does Trump have the political influence, he also has the pop culture because he was a big time celebrity for a very very long time, and a lot of people already baked in there.
Can I say something?
Oh, Lonzel, how you doing? Is it Lonzel?
Lozelle,
Lozelle, how'd you hear
Lozelle.
about it,
Yeah.
sir?
Scrolling through the other lady.
Okay, that listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I say that tapping the screen is so important. We still, I don't want to turn the comments off. Miss Natashay texted me, it's like you might need to turn the comments off, and I've let it go. Can we get people to please tap the screen? Got to get this pushed out. Let's get over to that 25,000 K mark. Don't forget about the gift goal. Let's see if we can knock out 2 gift goals every hour. Lonzel, what state are you in, sir?
Texas.
All right, cool. Go ahead. What you got?
Okay. Let's say that we are playing with an even playing field, and both Obama and Trump have the same amount of influence. That's not the issue. The issue is what they can do with that influence. One of the two of those men the followers of one of the two of those men are more inclined to act out based upon things that he says. That's what the problem is. Obama has a huge following, yes, but more than likely, people aren't going to act out based on anything he says. Trump has proven that people will act out based upon the things that he has said.
Okay. Anything else that you want to say, sir?
Actually, yes. I don't know
Go
if you're
ahead.
gonna let me because I've been sitting like listening for a while, and the lady that was on earlier where you were talking about the case, and somebody mentioned something about like buying a house, blah blah blah, and she wasn't understanding the case. I actually wanted to talk about that, but I tried to get in earlier before she left, but I couldn't. So I wanted to see if you'd actually let me kind of explain because it's just been circling in my brain for the past I don't know how long.
Are you talking about the hush money case?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
What
mean,
do you
and if
want?
not because we moved on,
No,
that's
no, no.
fine.
We're fine. Go ahead. Listen. I try to get to people. My apologies if you were sitting
No,
here
it's all
for a
good.
second, but the conversation kind of goes, and so
Yeah,
go ahead.
it's all good. It's all good. I think they were explaining it a little wrong. I wish she was here, but I don't know when she's coming back, so I can't actually talk to her.
She's listening,
But
so she might go
oh,
through
okay,
the comments, or she might pop back up.
okay. But I think they were explaining it wrong. It wasn't anything about if I buy a house and I can overinflate the value of my house. Of course, if I got a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 300 square foot house, if I want to try to put it on the market for $1 million, of course I can. No problem. Doesn't mean somebody's going to buy it, but of course I can. That's not the issue here. Part of the issue with the Trump case was that number one, he overinflated the size of the property. His penthouse is 11,000 square feet. He said it was 30 some odd thousand square feet. But on some of the other properties, he overinflated the values where it may have been worth 50 million. He said it's worth 300 million. And he used that to get loans that had favorable terms to him. That part's not right because, of course, that's illegal. On top of that, he took that same property that was, say, worth 50 and he said it's worth 300. Well, when it was tax time, he went to the government and said, "Oh, it's only worth 20 million." So he used it to get tax breaks. So you can't do that. That's illegal. And I think they were kind of going through it wrong when they were explaining it. But that's why that was an illegal thing. And so anyway, but that's my little take on that.
All right, great. Thank you so
I
much.
understand exactly what
Appreciate
you're
it.
saying. I just left out the part about taxes because I wanted her to get the understanding that he couldn't inflate the property by making the size bigger than what it actually was, and she couldn't
Right.
get that understanding.
Yeah. And she kept looking at it as well, you can sell it for whatever you want to.
Right.
And that's true.
Sell it for
But
whatever you
that
want.
wasn't the actual issue.
Right.
The
But
actual
you
issue
can't
is you
take and
can't,
inflate the
right.
size of it.
You can't overinflate it so you can get favorable
Absolutely.
terms and then underinflate it so you can get tax breaks. You can't do that.
There you go.
And actually putting that in the context of a house that you own is completely the wrong context. It's like
Right.
comparing apples to oranges. Like it's not at
Right.
all the same thing. Like they tried to do the same thing with John Stewart and him selling house for more than he bought it for, and it was just a stupid comment. Like
Yeah,
one has nothing to do with the other.
you're selling it for more than you bought it for is capitalism 101. That's the goal, making a profit.
Right. Yeah.
But you can't
And it just,
overinflate and then underinflate.
yeah, I mean, getting like inflating values of properties to get a favorable loan is different than selling your own house. It's just not even the same
Exactly.
thing at all. So you
Exactly.
can't really compare those two and put that as an analogy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Where's this guy at? Let's see. Not Nick. Not Nick. What is it? Underscore. What is that? Bag 007. Is that you, sir?
Nickel bag.
Oh,
It's a,
I'm
it's
so
a,
slow. I'm so
it's
slow. I
okay.
tell you.
Um,
I'm reading it like I'm nuts. So,
how you guys
yeah.
doing?
How'd you find out about it, sir?
About you?
How did you find out about his Nickelback?
Oh, it's just a goof on names. That's all.
No. How did you find out about the platform?
This platform?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I've been on here before. I like what
You've
you
been
have
up
to
here in the
say.
box before?
Yeah, you're intelligent. I like, and I follow people
You
that.
must have changed your name because I would remember Nickelback.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, my apologies. What
No,
state
it's
are you
okay.
in?
It's okay. I'm New York.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. What you got?
I know Trump a very, very long time.
You know him personally?
Not personally, but
Oh, okay.
from being in New York State, and
Gotcha.
I've been to events where he's been at events at, and I've known people. In fact, he owes money to my father-in-law. He did some work for him, so he owes a lot of people in New York as far as the small construction. That's what he does.
Right.
He goes,
He's a
oh,
grifter.
take me to court, and they know that it'll cost more money to go to court than to get the money that's owed. That's the game he plays. But anyway, I really wanted to direct my information towards Jillian. Do we have any girls up here that are Trump supporters? Is Betty or Sandra?
Sandra is.
Miss
Sandra.
Sandra and definitely our very own Dr. Shay is. Absolutely.
Okay. So the question I have for any Trump supporter that's on the panel, and I will have a question at the end of what I'm going to say. With everything that you've heard, everything you've seen, and everything that let's talk about the 26 women that accused him of SA. Let's talk about the 13-year-old at Epstein that came to court twice and had to remove her case because of DATH threats to her and her family. She was a 13-year-old girl that was viciously essayed at Epstein's with a witness in the room. We are seeing all this criminality as far as all the felonies that he has, they're not convictions yet, 4 indictments and 88 felony counts. We see and hear the things that he's said about grab them by the so-so. We've known that he's lied over 30,000 times. 30,000 times. You don't have to validate that if you don't want to, because that's what you guys do. You basically, like the host said, you bend yourself in a pretzel to stand by this man. And I want to start off also by saying, if Biden did anything, if Biden did 1/100th of what Trump did, I would say convict him, put him in jail. And that's how many Biden supporters feel. It's not about the person. Get the next guy out. Get Newsom up. That's fine. I don't really care. I care more about democracy than I care about standing behind somebody that's a criminal. And I honestly believe it. And it's my opinion right now, which I believe will be fact, that Trump is a criminal. I've seen, I've heard, I've listened to all the things that he's done. Central Park 5, keeping black people out of apartments, about the casino with the Indians, and one right after another, after another, after another. It just doesn't end. And you guys stand behind this guy because, I don't know, maybe you're a poor judge of
Hey,
character.
I heard the same thing about you. Why
About
you're
me?
not in jail?
Me?
Yeah.
What, Dr. Shay? You know this guy?
You know me?
Yeah, I heard the same thing about him. Yeah.
No, you know you don't. No, you don't. You're making it up. You're lying just like Trump is.
Oh, why would you say that? Because have you been convicted of any of those things? Because
Nope.
we're talking about what somebody else say, but this guy haven't been convicted. So can I just go around and say that I heard the same thing about you?
Well, I don't have 88 felonies, and I'm not in court, and
Well,
I
he's got
haven't.
88 indictments, not felonies.
No, there's 4 indictments and 88 felonies. You're wrong
Well,
about
they're
that.
indictments. He hasn't been convicted of a felony yet.
Right.
And he has
So
been held liable for sexual assault, right?
that's right.
SA.
Is it
So
essay or is it defamation?
SA.
Okay.
it's essay. It's
That was $5
18
million
counts.
Once
settlement.
again, we can't put civil and criminal in the same. If that's the case, then all the
Right.
criminal charges, even people who get evicted, would have had a criminal record. You can't put them in the same.
Right. They are different. Convicted felons and being held liable, they are two different things. He is not a convicted felon as of yet. So yes.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's like a lot of baseball, football players. They'll just pay somebody off
He was
before
held
they
liable by 9 jurors and a
before
judge.
before any old thing, because that's what when it comes to civil, it works a little bit different.
Can you guys hear
Y'all
me?
know Trump have an inmate number?
Does he have an inmate number?
Yeah, do anyone? They go all over that. I just had to jump in, but when he was fingerprinted and
Right, he was arrested down here in Fulton County.
His mugshot.
Hey,
He's on probation.
I was too in Fulton County, and guess what? I was when I was 18, I was too in Fulton.
You got arrested, Dr. Shay? I wasn't aware of that.
I did. I got arrested, and it was false, by the way.
Yeah, yours was for you said driving though. His is with a probation officer that he have to report to every week. But you don't know that. It never come up in any conversation, but he is.
So he's broken his probation several times, haven't he?
Several times, and
Right.
they don't handle Trump like they handle anybody else because they know if they go and arrest him, the Republicans is gonna scream and holler, "Look what they're doing to Trump!" But Trump, when they took his mugshot and he had to go in there and be fingerprinted, he became probation to the court in Atlanta. You could Google it and
what?
find it.
It's sad. He has not been charged in Atlanta. Like there has not been a guilty. There has not been a guilty verdict in Atlanta. So I know people who have. I know how. Exactly. So once again, we can't hold nobody accountable for something they haven't been found guilty of. So I don't want to hear about the pre-facts. There's a lot of people that got. You know what? Martin Luther King went to jail as well.
Yeah,
So
I know you're talking fast, but look,
I'm
brought
not
it up.
talking fast. It's just facts. Facts are facts.
Yeah, this is the fact. Listen at this one point. I brought it up to Denali a couple of days ago. He had a background that said something about like justice. You remember that, I'm saying doctor, but Mr. Denali.
Yes.
So this is the deal where I'm going. Yeah, this is the deal. If you didn't have money, Dr. Shay, Trump would be in jail on those charges with no bond, like all of the other black folks or white folks who don't have money. So in other words, how can you arrest someone and have them sitting in jail until their case come up? A year or two, they wasn't found guilty. But the due process is you are the award of the court. You go sit back there in the jail until you pay this bond. I don't have no money. Why are you guilty before proven guilty? You are innocent until proven guilty is what they say. But in fact, when they put you in jail, you are guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And I rest.
All right. Okay.
Mr. Denali, I want to know the facts around that. I understand there's some misjustice, but please give me the facts about being arrested.
Let's talk about the terms of his probation.
I mean,
Mr. Denali, I asked. I asked Mr.
Okay, I'm
Denali,
trying. Okay,
please
hang
give
on.
Mr.
What
Denali, please give me the facts about being arrested. I understand there are some misjustice going on, but please give me the facts.
about what? About what? If you get arrested?
Yeah, tell me the difference of a criminal when somebody get
Well,
arrested
anybody can
or
be arrested. That doesn't mean that you're guilty of the crime, right? I mean, is that in question? That's in question. That if you get arrested, that doesn't mean that
because
you're
everything
guilty,
he just said and he talking about some people get stuck in jail. I get that. There's that. That's called misjustice. But
right?
what we're sticking to facts is
Well, if a
you're
case takes
innocent
place, then
until
that's when you got
proven
stuck.
guilty. You're
That is
Well,
innocent.
true. Okay, hang on
also,
a second. Let's
it's
see if we everybody agrees that you're innocent until proven guilty. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
yes.
All right, cool. That's
But if
why
you
he's
can't
on
pay the bail,
trial.
then you have to stay in jail until your court case comes up and they find that you're innocent or guilty. Simple
Right.
as that.
So
But
he's innocent right now of the indictments. He's been held liable twice with Eugene Carroll and also with the real estate case. But everything else, he has not. He's sitting on trial right now in New York City in the hush money case. And also, I thought it was very interesting that Bertie pointed this out when Mr. Benjamin yesterday with the whole Supreme Court and immunity and all that stuff. That wouldn't fall under there because he wasn't present at the time that the crime was allegedly committed. Am I right about that, Bertie?
yes.
Okay, great. So we all know that just because you're arrested does not mean that you are guilty. All right, great.
So, and I would just like to point out the facts are is even if he was found guilty of all those crimes, that wouldn't matter to Dr. Shea anyway.
Well,
As
I
far
was I
as
was
far
answering Nickelback's not Nickelback question when he asked about all those charges and how we felt, and I was just responding to that
Right,
because
but the point
I
is
know a lot of
even if he
people.
was found
Unfortunately, I know.
guilty,
Okay, I can't
you
say.
would not change your mind.
So I know a lot of people that do get arrested, unfortunately, that do get convicted that are innocent, and that bothers me a whole lot. So I was responding to his question.
Right. So why are you espousing Guinness innocent until proven guilty when even if he was found guilty, you wouldn't change your mind anyway?
Depends on the charges that he was found guilty on,
is
sir.
there is
All
there
of
what
them.
I have a brother that I don't
Any of
talk
them.
to because of the
what
type of crime, and
what
he
what
won't
About
what
take
that
one
case in
second
New
what
York.
and
what
he won't take
whoa
ownership.
everybody quiet.
I was like in the middle
Dr.
of talking.
Shay, I'm sorry?
In the middle of talking.
Dr. Shay.
What was the reason for interruption?
Who, me? You asking me why I interrupted?
I don't understand.
You're asking me why I interrupted Bertie?
Yeah, I don't. We were having a conversation. I don't.
Because I wanted to ask the question, and Dr. Shay did not answer your question, Bertie. That
Okay, well,
if
that's what I was trying to get.
I heard your question and I wanted her
I
to
did
answer the
answer.
question.
I said depends on the charges that he get found guilty
Okay, that
upon.
wasn't my question. My question is what charges that he has been indicted for would make you, if he got convicted, it would make you not vote for him.
Oh yeah, the ones right now that he's on trial for. No, I definitely will
No,
still
no,
vote
I'm
for
talking
him.
about the indictments. He's got 80 something indictments. What one of those indictments that he goes
I
to
would have to.
trial for?
I would have to go through to see which indictments. I have to see them all. I really would have to.
I think that proved Bertie Dog's case. I think the same thing for Miss.
How does that prove the case when I don't know the charges
You
that this?
don't be
I really don't. I don't.
don't be so sensitive. Stop it.
No,
All right, how
but what I
about
want to ask the question is, I
I
don't
mean, if
know
you don't
everything
know all
that
the
he's been,
charges, you're
and
literally the
that's
only one
fine,
on this app that doesn't.
and that's cool, and that's cool. I'll live in a tree by myself.
How do you defend the
How
guy?
about that New York case, though, Dr. Shay? If he's found guilty on that, is that going to change your mind? Or you
No,
think that's a
definitely
bogus
not.
case?
Not definitely. You're talking. Wait a minute. You're talking about the one he's sitting trial for right now with the Stormy
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I would still vote for him. Yeah.
Okay. How about the one down in Florida? The one
The
that
classified documents case.
classified documents.
I still would vote for him because
That was his
unfortunately
case.
all the
All right.
presidents
How about the one in
seem like
Washington?
they should be in that line.
How about the one in Washington where he called the people to come down there and decertify the certification and cause the insurrection that you guys don't say is an insurrection?
I think a better question for Dr. Shay is of the cases that you know about, Are any of those cases, if he was
I don't
found
think
guilty,
any of them.
are any of those cases that you know about, any of those, if he was found guilty, would that make you change your mind about voting for him?
So that's my thing. I would just have. I don't know all the charges. You guys
I
say
got you. The
84.
ones that you know about.
That's what I'm thinking of. The 84. I don't know 84, so I don't want to sit up here and say yes to something that I don't know about, and they'll
No,
be
you're
like,
not.
"Oh,
Listen
she's
to my
such a this."
question. The cases that you personally know
I'm not,
about.
and Mr. Denali, it's just not fair for me to answer that on this live. And the reason being is because somebody is going to attack me for a case that I don't know about. I'm sorry.
No, but
Nobody
you, listen to the question. The ones that you personally, that you have looked at, or you have read about, or you heard about,
Okay,
are
those are
any,
the only ones that I know about then.
okay.
So
So
now
those
the one,
three, you would not change your mind if he was found guilty.
not on those three.
Okay,
Absolutely.
gotcha. That was a question. Okay, all right. I wasn't trying to. I
I
wasn't
tell
trying
you
to.
what, give me the worst one, and I will tell you.
Does anybody want to give?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
one
Yeah.
that's in
Yeah.
Washington is probably the
I
worst
do.
one.
The obstruction charge down in Florida. Why would a sitting ex-president withhold secret classified documents? Why?
I mean, I think the Georgia one is the
No,
worst one.
let
I
her
mean,
answer.
as far
Let her
as
answer, please.
like
Let her
trying to
answer.
change an election.
Let her answer, please.
Because all presidents, unfortunately, are guilty of the same.
No, that's not the question I
That's
asked you,
not
man.
true.
That's not what I
Yeah,
asked you.
yeah, yeah. You remember Joe can't go to trial because they said his
That's
memory is
not
lapsing.
the
I knew
For
question
she
the
was
No,
gonna
that's
same,
not
say
true.
that.
for the
Y'all
same
walk right
charge,
into that one. Y'all walk
for
right
the
in. I
same
knew.
charge.
That's not the
Well,
question that
well.
I
I
asked
mean,
you.
in all
That's not what
fairness
was
to
said
Joe,
either. Anyway,
that was the Republicans that said that about him. So I mean,
Uh,
they held
It
the
don't
real.
matter. Once
I,
again, he can't
I
go
knew
for
she
the
was
same
going
exact
there.
charge. For the same
Y'all.
exact charge. Oh, we
he's
Wait,
know that we got
characterizing
something
it.
on, but we can't charge him for it because of his memory.
wait.
That's not what he said.
My thing
Could
is,
Come
you
on.
please could you
Washington,
please
someone
explain
was
to me
unalive there.
All
could
right,
you please
guys.
explain to me
Okay,
what you
hang on a
think that
second.
case
Okay,
is about,
since
Doctor?
since we brought up the thing with Joe and the I forget the prosecutor's name. He said that Joe would, because he was kind of feeble, right? And not, I
Yeah.
don't want to say senile, but older. He kind of didn't know what he was doing. Is that what he said? Not
No, that's
exactly.
not what he said at
No,
all.
he
Okay.
basically said that he came across as
Investigator.
I
he came
mean,
across as a sweet old
we
man.
should read the statement completely if we want to
Hang
talk
on.
about it.
You guys got me. Okay, let me do some quick
He
homework.
also said in the transcripts that Biden had a photographic memory as it came to his house.
Why didn't he charge him?
Because he didn't do anything illegal.
And
That's
why
all
did he
that.
bring up the fact that he was a little bit older?
What was the
Because
reason he gave
he
publicly?
he wants to paint him. He wants to paint him as an as a sweet old
The
senile man.
prosecutor does?
No, the people who wrote up that letter.
He wasn't a
Whoever
prosecutor.
the guy that wrote up the letter.
Okay, the investigator, whatever he was, why didn't he charge Joe Biden with the classified document that he found in the garage?
Because Joe
Because
Biden
there
didn't
was
do
no
anything
evidence
illegal.
that he willfully
There you go.
held
Obtain the
documents.
No,
documents.
that was
Exactly.
not the reason. Oh, you
Yes,
see
it
how
was.
people will.
It's
Oh
literally
my.
says for
Hey,
lack
Mr.
of
Okay.
Denali,
evidence.
let me send you the video clip.
Okay. Miss Doctor, can you
Don't
please
read
Said
explain
the
to
that
me?
read the actual chart. Read the actual thing.
And
because
Please
if you
explain
remember,
what you
it
think.
Donald
also
Trump
Lack
says
of
what
was
evidence.
It's not the
charged
remembrance. It's just
with
that the
having
reason why the
documents,
man
not
did
being
not come
charged
up
with
on
that.
charges because he's getting senile and old
Yeah,
dementia.
but
That's what they
That
were saying, and that's
Dr.
not
Shay,
fair.
that's
And
not
he
what he
got on
said.
TV. He got on TV to let you guys know that he had
Doc,
great memory. That there was
Donald
nothing
Trump
Dr.
wrong with
Shay,
his memory.
being held
Then
for
how,
having
Absolutely.
if he's
classified
a senile
documents.
old man, then how come he said in the transcripts that he had a photographic memory?
Jeez, I can't believe y'all are lying that is not. We had a
Nobody's
whole
lying, Dr.
Dude, it's
Shay.
discussion
in the
about this.
transcripts.
I can't believe it. You know
And
what,
then
Mr.
he was,
Denali? It's
and then
that lady.
her.
It's just like that lady called Straight Facts. I gotta call her out because I don't even know
What's
why
the
she
lie,
got
Dr. Shay?
This is
I
what
don't know
happens.
why
Like
she got that
she
name
she
right.
gets proven
We
wrong, and
can't
then she
all right,
even talk.
okay, we
talks
gotta
We
hang
can't
on,
over
talk
guys.
about
people.
Hang on.
She gets proven
I,
wrong, and she
I got
talks
you.
over people.
I'm
No,
going.
no,
Listen, hang on one
get him,
second.
Mr. Denali.
Hang
Show
on
it to
one
him.
second. I'm reading through the thing. I'm gonna come up with something on it. Dr. Shay, what are you what are you saying about straight facts?
All I am saying is, it's just like that lady, Straight Facts. She has a whole, I
Huh?
don't even know why her name is that. She has a whole show about, straight facts, right? Just all about the facts. You
Yeah.
come on a show talking of facts, and you can't even have a freedom of speech or even speak the facts when you even got the document and the video. Like I just said, the video, not even the video showing this is what exactly happened. And then guess what they
Okay,
do? They
Dr.
change.
Shay,
Wait a minute. Here we
point
go.
in the
Here we go.
thing
We trying to
where
go
it
somewhere,
says
Birdie. Birdie.
dementia
Birdie.
or
Birdie.
senile
We
or
trying
I'm
any
to
of
go
going
that.
to
somewhere.
Point
Birdie. I'm
point
I'm
to where
going
that
to
says that.
He
I'm
don't get it.
skimming through I'm
He don't get
skimming
it.
through I'm skimming through the thing, and I'm going to have something here in a second.
You should watch the hearing.
I think
The hearing.
I think Dr. Shay, and I didn't get a chance to talk to her fully about the whole thing with what happened with me, that Straight Facts did call me a liar, and
That was
she
rude.
did she did bring up my race, which I was very offended. Number one, that she said I was a liar, and also that she brought up my race as if I am supposed to only think one particular way. I'm very offended by that. And one of the reasons I made the platform was to normalize healthy debate and not call names, and that's what she did. I thought that was very poor class of her, and the fact that her name is Straight Facts. And someone told me that she was on my show before, which I didn't remember her, but she was a very aggressive woman when she came on the show, and she's the liar, because I got a clip up there where someone called me a big neck bastard, and I asked who said that, and no one copped to it. And then when I listened back to it, it came from her mic. So her man or somebody in there called me a big neck bastard. And when I asked who did it, she lied to me on the air that it who is
Sorry,
this?
that's me. That's my bad.
CM Pesh, you got something to say? You got something to say? If you want to come up to the front of the class, you can right now, sir. Invite CM Pesh up to the principal's office. All right. What was trying to be get me hot now. Anyway, she should not have called me. She lied about that. She also lied about me being a liar, and she called me, because I was black, that I should be thinking one particular way, and I was
You're
offended by
somehow
that.
to your race.
Right. That's basically what she was saying. Like I was a traitor to my race, and I love my people. Um, you know, I can't be anything else but black, even if I tried. So, that was kind of the situation. I don't know if you saw the video, Dr. Shea, because I know that you've been working and we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I did talk about it with Hunter Gorilla, but she was definitely wrong, and I've called Straight Facts out. What was this? Oh, Giovanni. Why
Mr.
did she
Denali.
want you to think? Mr. John, which way did she want you to think? Well, I went up there because I saw the here we go. Let me just do
Why would,
part two of this.
why would you give Trump a court trial when we all seen what he did? We know that he was
Mr. Denali
guilty.
was talking about his experience, man. You got to hear this shit. Like, I really got to hear this.
He
Mr.
was he
Denali.
was really off the
It would
chain with
help.
that.
It would help this whole situation out a lot if everybody watched her testify in front of Congress. Because,
Who?
I mean, if you haven't seen her
Who?
testify, her,
Trump
her.
Straight Facts
For
testified in
yeah.
front of Congress?
No, I
No,
said
no,
this
no, no.
argument that we're having about about the documents and
Yeah,
stuff.
but he's talking about straight facts right now on his show.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get around that
But he
Why?
don't want
Why?
to.
Wait, whoa! Why are you trying to get around that, Eddie?
because you're looking for the transcripts, and I'm saying I'm speaking on the same thing that you're speaking on. The show doesn't matter to me. I understand it matters to you,
The
but
show doesn't matter to you?
I didn't see her show. So I'm waiting on you to get the information that you're looking for, and I wanted to interject with something else, right quick like.
But wasn't I talking though?
Okay, all right.
No, I'm just asking. I was asked a question and I was talking about my experience, wasn't I? I thought I
Yes,
was.
you were. Yes, you were.
I guess what you're saying, you don't want to hear about this. Is that right,
No,
Eddie?
what we were talking about was what it Richard or Robert Hur, wasn't we?
Okay. All right. Okay.
And that's what I was speaking to.
So I thought the lady was rude,
Yes,
Mr.
I
Denali.
think
It
this.
literally says
I
in the
was on
report
there listening
that
to.
the
I was.
evidence does not support.
Hey, Birdie Dog. This
Um,
is Mr. Denali's show, and this is the direction he wants to go in, sir.
okay,
I think I would
Give
I'm
know
me.
just
that.
reading what the report
I
says.
I
know.
If you
get
don't
it,
want
but
to
I
know, that's
think I
fine.
know where Mr. Denali wanted to go, though. Is what I'm
Give
telling you.
me,
Okay,
Miss
Mr.
Doctor
Denali.
Shay. Give me 1 second. Okay. I don't know. I did a whole, I guess, 25 minutes at the beginning of the show because I was really, really hot, and I didn't get a chance to really converse with. Thank you so much. I am strong. Thank you so much for saying that. That means a lot to me for you to say that because I felt like I was attacked by her and that she really just is out of line. And I would love to call her to the front of the office. And she was on my show probably maybe like a month or so ago, and she was completely disrespectful in here. And whoa, look at that cowboy hat! Yeehaw! She was completely disrespectful.
Oh, you're
On
talking about straight facts?
Yes. Were you here for
Yeah.
that, Mr. Birdie Dog?
Yes, I was.
And did you hear about the thing this morning?
No, I did not.
Oh well. Okay.
I came a little late this morning.
I am going to take a detour off of this for a second and talk about what happened to me. It's straight facts because I think it's important, especially since she insulted me. She called me a liar and basically told me that I was a traitor to my race. So I was scrolling. I woke up. My phone was right next to me, and I saw that my guy Stick the Ruler. He and I have had some verbal jousting. He's down in Orlando, Florida. I saw he was live. I clicked on it, and I saw the banner said Donald Trump is the president for stupid people. So wow, that's interesting. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and go in here and have some conversation, whatever. And they let me up, and I said, well, listen, I don't know if I would call Donald Trump the president of stupid people. I said because he did have some successes, and I said one of the success was Operation Warp Speed, and then also had putting 3 Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court, which made the Supreme Court 6-3 conservative for the next 35 years, in my opinion. And I think we're always feeling the results of that because of Roe v. Wade and many of the things that are going to probably come down the line in the next 35 years. And she basically kind of shut me down, and they were talking about the fact that you really can't call that success because of this and that. And I'm like, well, it is a success for his side of the aisle. And she told me that I was a liar, and she said that how is me as a black man coming up here spewing this kind of this and that, and I never really got a chance to respond. I was respectful. I was on mute when she was speaking because it is her platform. But I just feel like that platform there, they're not about wanting to hear anything other than what it is that they want to hear. And if you have anything other different than what they have to say, they're going to shout you down. Then she dropped me, which, okay, fine. But then she blocked me. And I think that she is against freedom of speech and things like that, especially with
Yeah.
facts. I didn't come with opinion. I didn't come with feelings. I came with facts. He did put 3 on there. Whether you like it or not, that does have an influence on the country. And we already seen it as they are pushing the abortion back down to the states. And from what I understand, if you're in Texas and you travel to another state to get an abortion, then if you come back, you could be arrested. Is that right, Dr. Shay?
I'm not sure because that's not my expertise. And
Okay, is that right, Sandra?
That's what they said.
Right. I don't know if that's completely true, but that's what a lot of people have said. So, for her to call me a liar and for her to call me basically a race traitor, I think she was out of line completely. She has way too much ego, way too much pride, and way too much bravado. She thinks that she is above reproach, just like Fawny, just like Donald Trump does. And she needs to put her eggplant away because I think that she might have one.
No, let's not go that.
Let's not go where she was aggressive like a woman when she came into this platform, Birdie. I mean, excuse me, aggressive like a man. She was ordering people around, and her behavior was deplorable. And the clips are up on my page. The clips are up on my page. And then she's a liar because when that person said you're a big neck bastard, and I've been called a lot of things. Fine, you want to call me names again? I'm not into the name call. I want to talk about the issues. And when I said who said that, she said nothing. Oh, well, it wasn't me. She's a liar.
Right. I mean, I agree. Being an asshole is being an asshole.
She's a lying asshole is what she is.
Right. And I think that's general neutral. That's all I'm saying.
No, I said I didn't. She's not. She shouldn't put an eggplant away because of that. She's an asshole. She put an eggplant because she was an aggressive person coming in.
She was an eggplant is the problem.
Whatever. She should put an eggplant away. They might want to check to see if she has one. And she's ridiculous. And she should not be called straight facts because she's a straight liar.
Yeah, I do not like her platform. And
yeah,
for all the reasons that you said.
I mean, what's going on? I'm trying to normalize healthy debate, and she calls me a liar and tells me, you know how offensive that is as a black person to say that I am a, the Loretta Devine thing is a cute, it's jokey. I get it. I can be the butt of the joke, but she was serious, especially when she called me a liar.
And I think that was mostly like her payback from what she thought.
Oh, so you think she's harboring feelings?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who she was. I just saw Stick in there, and I was like, well, man, what's your name? Because I don't really know you. And then someone mentioned to me, she's been on your show. And she was. And when I went into my archives of clips, I saw it, and it's about 5 or 6 clips.
She did not. Well, I remember the first thing she did when she came in.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, her name was Straight Facts, and she had no picture, or it was a picture of whatever. I don't know what it was.
Right.
And you assumed she was a man, and
right.
And she said, first of all, I'm a woman, not a man.
Right. And I apologize for that because I should not have made the assumption. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, but she did sound like a guy.
She came in hot, and she remained hot the entire time.
Absolutely.
And she was not feeling you at all. So
but,
I think that has everything to do with it.
A person comes into a room and she said she has a live, and I'm like, okay, I don't really care, really. I'm really not on the app since I've been doing the shows, perusing lives and knowing who's who. And they said this is T's live. I'm like, I don't know. I am very, very focused. Thank you so much. I'm very, very focused on this live and what goes on over here. To make this show as good as it can be for the people that want to come over here and have healthy debate and have some laughs. Even if you're laughing at me, it's okay. I can be the butt of the joke sometimes. But she was completely out of line, and I'm calling her, thank you so much, Miss Lakeisha. I'm calling her out as a straight liar. She should change her name. That's what she should do. And she should put her eggplant away. That's what she should do as well.
You need to upgrade your.
I'm sorry?
I was saying you need to upgrade your For You a bit.
Why?
You need to start going to like RTP's lives, Live to Be Great's lives.
Okay.
I
don't know. They just come. I mean, listen. The only way I saw that was because Stick was up there, and he's a friend. And I saw him, and I just went in there. I didn't know where I didn't know I was walking into the Lions Den, which I got no problem going into the Lions Den. I can go anywhere because I'm not emotional.
But Stick isn't the sharpest pencil in the drawer either.
Listen, I'm talking about facts, not feelings. And when she
what you were saying was ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous for her to get so upset at that. That's why.
You heard it.
I heard what you told me.
Okay, gotcha.
That she was because of the Supreme Court justice, that she was all up in her feelings, and that's just stupid.
Absolutely.
I mean, whether she agrees with you or not, it's just it's stupid to be upset about that. It's not like
she's out of line, and she
race baiting or something.
She's just like Fawny. She's just like Fonnie. She thinks she's above reproach. And then she's gonna call names. And I don't like people calling names. I dropped Sean yesterday for making fun of I think his name was Payback or something. That's just not right. It's not the right thing to do. We want to have normalized, healthy debate. Let's talk about the issues. And that's why I think Miss Sandra comes. Miss Precious, how you doing? Miss Precious. That's why Miss Precious comes. Miss Caroline. I'm sorry that she got banned for 7 days. She had a birthday yesterday. That's why I think
got banned for 7 days.
Miss Caroline got banned for saying something. I'm not sure what it was, but she
Something
got
about
banned.
Jan 6.
Something she said 7 days. Did you, Miss Caroline? Can you just appeal that? Did you try to appeal that? Let's see if we can get you. Let's see if we can get your sentence knocked down a little bit. I'll represent you. I will. If you need me to show up somewhere, virtually, I will show up and represent you. And
Maybe a plea agreement.
something. Let's get it knocked down to 2 days. 7 days seems like a lot. You appealed this morning. Great. Well, if you need my help, if I need to write a letter or type a text or something, I will definitely do it for Miss Caroline because she is fantastic raising her grandchildren down there in the boot, as they call it, the bayou. Geaux Tigers, Geaux, the Pelicans. Hopefully we can get a win. Then we go back home. I think that game is on Saturday or Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Mr. Denali, I don't think that you said this, but it's going rampant in your comments. You
What?
didn't say that people would get. You was asking the question about getting prosecuted in Texas. That doesn't mean that you were saying that they were. Right?
No,
Just
I was
asking the
asking a
question.
question. So a lot of people come over here and they say, well, if a woman leaves Texas to go get an abortion, when she comes back, she can be arrested. I never researched it myself to know if that's true, but a lot of people have said it. So I don't know. I thought maybe you knew because you're down there in the great state of Texas. Maybe we should bring up Duke. Maybe Duke, but then again, Duke didn't even know that Laredo had a border crossing. So I don't even know if I could trust what Duke is saying nowadays. Because I mean, he didn't know that. How big T up
But
in New Jersey know
everybody,
about Texas
everybody
more
is
about
for it,
Texas?
right? Everybody is for it. Like
Everybody's for what?
you guys are not all for abortion, right? Everybody's for abortion, right? Like
What do you
we're
mean?
good
For it
with
if you
abortion.
need it. I'm for it if you need it.
I'm pro choice.
Do any?
It's not my body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Pro
can't have
choice
listen.
doesn't mean I'm for abortion, though.
Pro choice.
Yes.
I don't think. First of all,
I
I don't think
personally
a
wouldn't
woman
have an
takes that.
abortion.
I think a woman doesn't take that lightly. That if she decides to do that, and listen, I've never been pregnant, so I don't know what that's like. And I imagine that I don't think any women take that lightly. That is something that probably weighs on them for the rest of their lives, and probably weighs on them while they're contemplating that decision. And as a man personally, I don't think I have any right to, say what they should or should not do. It is what it is. So that's what happened with Straight Facts. I'm calling her out. I don't think she has the eggplant to come over here and face the champ, but maybe she does. I don't know. But I thought that she was completely out of line. And if I'll release the rest of the clips today after the show before the nighttime show. And you can see exactly how she tried to treat the platform. And she was just out of freaking line, in my opinion.
She won't win on your turf.
No, because I'm respectful. And listen, I tell you what, anybody in the comments, any ops in the comments, or in the room, as I look into the room, if you guys want to tell straight fact, I'll come back over there tomorrow morning. Got no problem. I told y'all before that we are not toothless tigers over here. We are not toothless Rottweilers. I will go.
You can't go back because she blocked you for telling the truth.
That's true. She did block me. She'd have to unblock me to have me back over, but I will. If any of the ops in the room,
and she blocked your backup page,
and she blocked my backup page for
She
a
don't want
comment I
no
made.
parts of you.
She wants no parts because she is scared of Mr. Denali XXL. She doesn't have the eggplant. She thinks she's got one, but she doesn't have the eggplant to face Mr. Denali XXL. I would play the champ is back, but my phone died. I gotta go get my charger because the champ is here. Was about to come out. But anyway.
Hey, Mr. D.
before you
Yes.
get off of that. I think that's it. That's her promo to be loud,
And
obnoxious.
wrong. Loud and wrong.
Yeah, but
Loud
you
and
know
wrong. That's what she
when
wants to do is
when you
loud
talk,
and wrong.
yeah, but look, when you talk to people loud, sometimes they want to make it feel like they're right by talking loud.
That's why I said loud
Talking
and
loud
wrong.
and saying nothing.
A lot of the sisterhood comes over here and they try to take me down and they think because they're loud that they're going to win, but they are 16-0 against Mr. Denali XXL. And again, I would play my music, but my phone died. I didn't. My charger's in somewhere. I gotta go find my charger.
So
I'm
But
on
with you,
that
brother.
topic, cite me one case where a state has brought charges to
Uh-oh.
prosecute a woman who went out of state for an abortion since R.V. Wade was overturned. Show me one.
Miss Jillian, are you back? What happened earlier?
I'm waiting. Show me one
No,
case.
Miss Jillian, are you back?
I think we was just asking. Nobody
Yeah,
said
I
that.
asked a
I'm
question.
asking.
I said I didn't know. I was just asking. People have said it. I haven't done any research on it, but you know, you're kind of coming in hot this afternoon. So give me a second, and we'll get back to you in 1 minute. Okay? I
Thank
want to
you.
talk to. I
He is
want.
from Texas, so how does that go? How does
I,
that go there?
I want to talk to my good friend Precious down in the great state of Florida. Precious, welcome back. You were in TikTok jail, right? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was in TikTok jail.
TikTok jail. Miss Caroline now is in TikTok jail. You guys are like tag team in TikTok jail. Uh,
Oh, that's what happens when you're the truth teller.
okay. You said yesterday because I heard that I heard a clip. Did you? I know you heard about the clip because you said you wanted to address it. So I want to give you an opportunity to address. As I was doing some other clips, I came across a clip of you saying that you would vote for Donald Trump even if he unalived somebody, and you said it would depend on who it was. Is that right?
Correct.
Do you want to clarify that, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I would. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome. I
still
saw you in
stand
the
by what.
comments yesterday, so when I said I wanted to make a note that if you know if and when you came up, that you know give you the opportunity.
Yes. You brought it up twice this week,
I did.
actually.
Okay.
You did. You did.
Mm.
Um,
I'm sorry. I mean, no,
it's
I'm not
okay. It's
sorry.
okay.
It,
It's
it
all
happened.
good.
It was on my mind. So
I'm tough. I stand by everything I say on this platform.
okay, cool.
Um, when I did say it,
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of jumped on me and started making their own comments about what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on for like 6 or 7 minutes and the conversation moved. So I didn't even get a chance to explain myself, but I let it go because I know how you guys get. The reason why I said that is because Donald Trump is the only president that signed a protection act for human trafficking, and he was going to go harder on the prosecutions and how it's handled, which pretty much would lead to the death penalty. That's what I was going to say that day. I just never had a chance to say it. I didn't mean that he can walk out of his house, walk down his driveway, and just start, flying out bullets. That's not what I meant.
Wait,
Hey,
I guess I'm
Precious.
I'm
Glad you're
confused.
back.
Would you say,
Are you
Bernie?
Birdie? Are you Birdie? Because I'll tell you what, that
Yeah.
day that I said that, you were the one that interrupted me and started going off saying that why shouldn't everybody look at what I said? And then just even
Oh, really?
earlier,
I don't remember
yeah,
that.
it's okay. It's all good. I mean, again, I understand that we're all family and we don't have to get along.
So I was the reason why you were banned?
No,
No,
no, no.
no, no, no,
Oh. Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I'm talking about when I was talking
Well, I
about,
I'm
just said I'm
confused.
just
What?
talking in general that I'm glad you're back. That's all.
hey, I'm
Oh,
glad to
okay.
be back, you guys. I missed all of
Yeah,
you.
I'm glad she's back too.
And
Um,
for Jillian, please look up Kate Cox and the
o-
Texas Supreme Court.
okay. I want to get back to Price because I didn't understand what you said. I'm sorry.
He was putting in a protection act, which is actually it's like S1311,
Okay.
and it was gonna pretty much give the death penalty to anybody that got caught or prosecuted for human trafficking.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say about him unaliving people, and it depends who it was. If he wants to take out human traffickers, I'm all for it.
Oh, you're
That's what
saying
I
that if you
meant.
took out human traffickers, then
Correct, correct. But I got
oh,
cut off, and I actually, the day I did say it, I
okay.
was expecting for you to be like, whoa, 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 let her speak.
I didn't do that.
No, it's okay. Like I said, I'm very tough, and I have no problem coming up here defending myself at all.
Okay. All
And
right.
even like when you said, you just said about not even 15 minutes ago, but Donald Trump wasn't convicted. Bertie shouted out, but that doesn't matter. It does matter, Bertie. It does matter. And if this guy's got 150 indictments on him, I welcome them all. I will take off from work every single day to watch this man on a stand.
If
The
I'm not
part,
mistaken,
you
the
guys,
reason why he said it doesn't
but
matter was because of the essay of E. Jean
okay, thanks,
Carroll.
Nick. Thanks,
That's
Nick.
right.
The
Well, now
part
I'm
that you
explaining
guys
it to
don't
you.
seem to get is you guys get really, really angry with us
Yeah,
because
you do.
we
You know
even
why we
call.
get
I'm not
angry?
talking to
Because
you, Nick.
this is an election between fascism and
Miss
democracy.
Big
You're
Nick,
either with
I mean
fascism or you're
Nick,
democracy.
Nickelbag. You gotta let Precious finish her point, and then we
I'm
can go.
sorry. I'm like kind of like half listening to this, but what did I do now?
Oh, you said 15 minutes ago when I said Donald Trump is not a convicted criminal or convicted felon. She's saying Miss Precious says that you blurted out. It doesn't matter.
No, I said it doesn't matter to Dr. Shea.
Okay, right. Doesn't matter that she's still going to vote. Gotcha.
Right. That's what I was
Well,
saying.
I think that's what he was
maybe
saying.
I got that. Maybe I misunderstood that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
See,
we
that's
had a
why.
whole back and forth about that, right?
Oh no,
Right.
I was sitting here.
Yeah.
I was sitting here in the comments for a while waiting and just
Yeah, I
watching
know.
to catch
My
up.
apologies, Precious. We were kind of
It's all. I didn't request. I didn't request.
dealing with
But one of the things I
straight.
really did want to say is, people that are voting for Donald Trump, we have no problem calling out the Republican Party. We have no problem calling out the Democrat Party. We have all been pushed up against the wall on this panel, and you keep asking us, will we still vote for him if this happens? If this happens? None of you guys want to talk about Joe Biden. And that's the part that really freaks me out because he's actually the president right now. And nobody wants to talk about this guy, which is absolutely crazy to me. And now I'm even almost afraid to say anything, but because when we give you guys proof or what we're trying to explain to you, we get kicked off the whole
What
entire
proof?
app.
What proof?
Well, if your
I'm not
proof
even
is
saying it. I got kicked off.
yeah, the problem with TikTok is if you put misinformation out, they will kick you off. So
Right. Your
if your
trust in
proof is
TikTok is
misinformation,
crazy.
well, listen what I'm saying. If
Your
your
trust is
information is
crazy.
if your proof is misinformation, you take a chance of doing that.
Okay, on that note, Daddy 0001,
Yes, ma'am.
you cited a case where one state has prosecuted a woman for going out of state for abortion.
That wasn't me. That was Birdie Dog.
Somebody just spouted out a name, and I'm trying to look it
It
up.
doesn't
That
even
was
matter,
Birdie Dog.
Jillian.
Yeah,
It
that's what I
doesn't even.
said.
Jillian, it doesn't
Name
even
one
matter.
state.
No, it doesn't matter because I'll tell you what, in November,
It
no
had to
one's
go
going to
to
be
the
voting on
Texas Supreme
abortion. No
Court
one's going to
because
be
she had an
thinking about
out-of-state
abortion in
abortion.
There's gonna
November.
be a lot of people
Bullshit.
voting on abortion. Every
Everyone's
election
going to be
since
voting
that
on
happened, there
abortion.
have been more and more people voting. If you're
That's
Which
why
is
not
you're
paying
running for every
attention,
stupid.
election.
that's
Okay,
yeah.
did you guys
Stupid.
see it was either yesterday or the day before when Joe Biden got on a podium with his wife? She was wearing a really nice purple suit, and he was there to thank wounded warriors. And he's talking, saying what great people they are, and thank you for your service. Did you watch that his wife had to tap him on the shoulder and drag him to the other side of the stage and say, Joe, you're talking to the wrong people? This guy doesn't even
No, I
know
didn't see
where
that.
he is.
No,
Well,
Nope,
look
we
it
didn't
up.
see that.
It's pretty
I'm not gonna look it
scary.
up because I
It's
don't
pretty
care about
scary.
that.
He doesn't
You
even
You
made
know
the
know
what's
who
claim.
he's
You
scary?
put it
You know
talking
up.
what's
to.
scary is
You
when
put it up.
somebody's in Sioux Falls and saying they're in freaking Sioux City, or calling Puerto Rico Puerto Rico, or saying freaking Yosemite when it's Yosemite on a
Right.
teleprompter. He can't even freaking read.
And you know what else
So
is
he's got
disgusting? You know what else is
35,000
disgusting?
recorded, verifiable
okay,
lies
it's
while he was
going left.
in
You want to know
office.
what else is disgusting? When Joe Biden is hand in hand with a KKK member saying what a
Oh, we're
great
going to
guy
bring
he
that up
is.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
disgusting.
Uh
Okay.
oh,
That's
he's talking about
Okay.
Trump,
disgusting.
Trump, Trump.
But you guys don't want.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about how Trump is racist, can we
You
not
talking
talk
about
about how
Fred
Biden's
Trump?
racist?
Well, no, Julian, he apologized for that, so they're okay with it
He
now.
didn't apologize for anything. He went there because the guy changed. And that's why Obama
Oh,
actually
he
went to his
changed.
funeral too.
Okay, so he's
Yeah, he
forgiven.
did. What are
So
you going
that
to say now? That
KKK
the
guy is
Democrats
forgiven
started
for
the
everything he
KKK
did?
and they're
He's
calling
forgiven?
him which?
Exactly,
Listen,
Precious.
listen,
He exactly.
listen
A
to me.
Is that
KKK
what? Is
member
that
in
what
your
you
eyes
heard
is
somebody say? He was
forgiven.
forgiven. You heard somebody say that?
Unbelievable.
I tell you what, I
Hey,
will do. I'm
Precious,
not forgiving him
Precious.
because he was
Unbelievable.
a
You
member of
guys
the,
are
the Triple K. But
unbelievable.
what I will do, and I'll challenge any Republican on the panel to show me a Republican with a better voting record on civil rights than Robert Byrd over the last 40 years, living or unalive.
Ron
One.
Paul.
Unbelievable.
Just name one.
They
Ron Paul
won't.
had a horrible
Ron
record.
Paul.
Ron Paul wanted to get rid of the Civil Rights Act. Ron Paul's the
And
worst
affirmative
example of
action.
all. Yeah,
Who
so
does the
no,
Triple
I'm
K
talking
and
about
the
Affirmative
civil
action is
neo-Nazis
rights.
vote with?
racist.
What party
What'd
does
you
the
say?
Triple K and the neo-Nazis vote with? What party?
The
It's the
Republicans.
Republican Party. They always were and always
Is
are
racist.
the
This
racists.
is not about the Republican Party or the
Yes, it is.
Democrat Party,
Yeah, it
you guys.
is.
They
Yeah,
are
it is.
all
It is
one.
about the Republic. No, they're
So you
not.
Yeah,
guys
it
The
think,
is.
so you
parties are
guys
not the
think,
same.
so you guys think that everybody in DC that's representing you are just gracious people and they're
No, we
fighting very
don't.
hard
We
for
don't
you?
because if
That's
Well, then
that's
Biden did
why?
that's
something
not
wrong,
that's
we'd
not the
say throw him in
conversation.
jail. You
The
can't say the same
conversation is
thing about
about
Trump.
Donald Trump and Joe Biden. You wanted to talk about Joe Biden, then you talked about Robert Byrd. Then I told you he's got a better voting record on civil rights over the last 40 years than any Republican living or unalive. You guys want to change the subject. Just
So
name
he's, so
somebody.
okay, I
Just name
can't.
somebody.
I can't. So he's
You know why
forgiven.
you
That
can't? Nobody
KKK
can
leader
because there
is
is none.
forgiven. Is that what you're
There
telling
is
me?
none.
A
I
KKK
don't
leader
have
is
Robert
forgiven.
Byrd memorabilia in my house.
A
I don't
Even
celebrate
KKK
Kamala
leader
Robert
Harris
is
Byrd.
called Joe
forgiven?
Biden racist.
I don't celebrate Robert Byrd.
Our
But I
own
know Fred
VP
Trump
called
was
him.
Oh,
was
but he
also in the
changed. He
KKK,
changed.
and I know
Okay.
his son,
Unbelievable.
who wouldn't rent to black people, who took out ads to railroad 5 young black men,
Central Park 5.
asking for the death penalty, and never apologized for it. At
Never
least Robert
apologize.
Byrd had the mendacity to apologize. Come on now.
We are
Did you
talking
actually
about
look
a
and see the evidence against the Central Park
KKK
Five?
leader. Are you kidding me?
We're,
You're gonna
we're
No.
talking about
you're
Trump.
gonna get
Fred
Hold on.
Trump
banned for
was
Wait,
in
wait,
the
saying
wait, wait,
that
wait,
word.
wait,
KKK.
wait, wait. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's dial this back just a little bit. Let's talk about the Central Park Five.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's talk about it.
Should
You
they have
talk
been in
about
prison?
them.
I don't think you want to talk about that.
Should
No,
they have
I
been in prison?
That's
absolutely want to
old
talk about
news.
it.
Should they have been in prison?
No.
Should
What
Trump
you
have
say,
called
Julie?
for the death penalty?
There are
The
you
jury
Yes or
did
no?
that.
It's
The
simple. They didn't
jury
do it.
did that. The jury
No.
did
absolutely
No,
that.
they
with
The
didn't.
with
No,
jury
they
what
didn't
didn't.
give him the
There
death
was no
penalty. They
death
yes,
applied.
penalty in New York.
What?
absolutely with that
Trump
confession
wanted to bring back the death penalty for these guys.
and given the veracity of those crimes, that was warranted at the time.
No, it wasn't. If they don't have the
The
death penalty, it wasn't
haracity? What
warranted.
is?
What are you talking
For
The
about,
whole
Medina?
country, the whole
veracity,
country thought they were
given
guilty. The whole
given the
entire country did.
atrocity, given the I said veracity, given the atrocity of the crime
Veracity
that was
means
committed,
false.
given given the atrocity of the crime that was committed on that woman, and the fact that the very first two people out of that Central Park Five actually confessed to
Two
doing
little
things.
kids without their parents.
Yeah, they kept him in there for hours without the
So did the
Two
parents.
jury get
little
it
kids.
wrong? Did the jury get
Yes,
it wrong?
Yes,
if they
because
were
So
they
if they
knew
were
it
juries, so
was
innocent,
true.
yes,
juries.
they got it wrong.
Okay,
Two
so
eggs
so
on the
The
juries
grave.
get stuff
entirety
wrong,
of New
right?
York thought they were
But
guilty.
why did Donald Trump think it was his place to interject himself in the fashion that he did?
Because
But
he had a
Nobody
loud
does
enough
that.
voice. He had a loud enough voice.
No.
And
Hold
and
on,
he
hold on,
and he
hold on,
caused
real
it.
quick.
So why hasn't he
No, Donald Trump
apologized?
did not cause the Central Park Five to be convicted. They were
He was
already
a part.
convicted
He was
by
the
the
king of
police.
New York. He was the
Oh
king of
my
New York
God.
speaking loud.
They were already convicted by New York.
No,
They
they
were already
weren't. There
there.
wasn't even a trial yet.
Trump
That
didn't have anything to do with that until
He
that
did that.
already
He
came
took
hey
out
out.
those
guys.
ads early on, ma'am.
Hey guys, Daddy O, let me just say this. I'm glad to jump in. That's what I was speaking about earlier. How you put those kids in jail before they was convicted. They never got out. So the innocent until proven guilty, or they was guilty, put in jail until they go and prove themselves innocent. I rest again.
Did
All
anybody?
right.
So juries get stuff wrong. Is that what we're just going to conclude here?
It wasn't the
I'm going to
juries.
conclude that Donald Trump had no
So the
business
jury got it
doing what
wrong,
he
right?
did,
It
and he
wasn't the
wasn't man
juries.
enough to admit he was wrong. That's
So
what
the
I'll conclude.
so the jury got it wrong.
No, it wasn't the
I,
juries.
So the jury didn't
These
convict
were
those boys.
these were kids
The
that
jury the
police badgered and
the
bullied
jurors
into
didn't
making
convict those
The
confessions
kids.
jury didn't
that
badger
they
and bully
didn't
them.
do.
Hey,
nobody
No, the
said the jury.
police.
three out of five of those kids ended up confessing.
Right,
They
that's what I'm
told
saying.
them
They were bullied and
After being
badgered into confessing something
after
they didn't
telling
do.
them, "Would you go it on
Right,
and do
got it.
this,
Okay.
sign this,
So
we
they were
let you
bullied
go
by the
home."
police department, right? How do
Right.
you expect anybody with such an atrocity that happened in a city, how would you expect anybody to believe that those confessions weren't true? Like going back and we see where we know now,
Listen,
right?
like why
But
do you
how do
think
you
it was
sit
such
here
an
and blame
atrocity?
Trump? How do you sit here and blame Trump for offering money
No, what
for
I
the
want to know is
victims?
what was
Because
like
you keep your
No,
mouth
people
okay,
get
here.
full.
killed in New York every
Trump
single
offered
day.
money
Why is
to the
that
victims,
more
the
of an
victims'
atrocity?
families in that case.
People
How
get
is that
killed in New
not an
York
act of
every single
generosity,
day.
not an
Are
act
you
of
just going to talk
racism?
every time I
That
talk?
wasn't an act of generosity. It was an act of racism. He said he
He
wanted to make people hate them. What is it? What he ginned up
he
racial
never
hate? He
said
said he
that. He
wanted
offered
to.
money to the family.
But he
Oh,
took out an ad asking to murder these kids because they were innocent, and had they received the death penalty, that would be murder. And he was okay with it.
Hey,
He
wait,
hasn't been
Daddy-O.
man enough.
Whoa!
Yeah.
On the live, sir. You've been saying
got a
it.
right
I
to
kind of let
Oh,
it go. I know you're
I'm sorry. I'm
passionate,
sorry.
but you
Yeah,
got
I'm
to,
sorry. I'm
That's what I'm
sorry.
still
saying.
adhere
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the rules
And
of TikTok.
I will adhere to that. I have to apologize for that because just to think that and it doesn't you know, I gotta say, it doesn't help
yeah, you
that
got it.
these people that these people don't know in the history of this country, all someone had to do down south was the same thing Trump did, and they would go and take them out of the police station and
You're
string them
acting
up.
like Trump went in and offered money for these kids to be
I'm
unalived, and
acting
then
like
they were
Trump was
unalived.
wrong and he
But
didn't
but were
stand
they
up like a
unalived?
man and
But
admit
were
it.
they unalived?
He did spend money, put up a billboard.
Yeah.
Were they unalived?
Actively
Is
campaigned
that
for
like a
them to
winner?
be put to
Their
death
lives
One,
were
or
one
unalived.
second.
He never called for the death
One
penalty.
second. 1 second.
he
Hold
Julian.
did
on.
call for the death
No,
penalty.
don't tell me to hold on. You hold
No,
on.
I was telling Daddy-O to hold
You
on.
hold on,
I'll pull
Jillian.
up
Everybody hold on. I
ad.
got something to ask.
Right.
Damn it. You guys got me cursing today. Miss Jillian, are
Telling you
you
to hold on. I was
defending?
telling him to hold on.
Okay, Miss Jillian, my apologies. Are you? Do you think you're a Trump supporter, right?
Yes.
Ooh, Big T with the galaxy. Thank you, Big T. You're a Trump supporter. Do you think that as a leader, when Donald Trump makes a mistake, that he should apologize?
I need you to repeat that. I couldn't hear you over the dog barking.
Sorry. Denali, come here, boy. I'm saying, as Donald Trump is a leader, when he makes a mistake, should he apologize?
Absolutely.
Do you think he had? When the last time you heard Donald Trump apologize for anything that he has done? Any mistakes?
Over and over again.
What? Okay, can you give me one?
He has apologized for being a Democrat. He's
Come on, Miss Jillian. You're intelligent enough to know what we're talking about.
he used to be a Democrat. Now he's
I know, but stop. I'm
I don't
talking.
think he ever apologized
I
for
don't
that
know if I've ever heard
anyway.
that either. Okay. Can you give me something else that is kind of has some meat on the bone, please? Come on. You're an intelligent woman. Stop.
Asking if
I'm sorry.
he apologized.
Well,
and
every
then
time it gets tight for
of the
her
Eugene
Wi-Fi,
tariff.
that's that Trump Wi-Fi down there in Texas. What about, did he apologize for botching the beginning of
Central Park
COVID?
5 isn't a fair assessment.
Did he
Central
did he
Park 5
apologize?
isn't a fair assessment.
What was that a
Absolutely
mistake?
Sorry, go
is.
ahead.
Was that a mistake by Donald Trump in your estimation, Miss Jillian?
Was what a mistake? You were breaking up.
The fact that he took out the billboard.
Wait, are we talking about, was it, sorry, you bounced to COVID and then went back. Are we
All
still
right,
talking about
well,
Central
okay,
Park 5?
listen. The fact that he took out the billboard, was that a mistake by Donald J. Trump?
To take down the billboard
To
of the
put
Central
up the
Park 5.
billboard about the Central Park Five, considering they were exonerated, was that a mistake by Donald J. Trump?
Knowing what we know now, yeah. But wouldn't him being taken down that billboard be him relenting on that?
No, because I guess he didn't
Like
want to.
it's not like it's
I
not like
guess he
he
didn't want. What
it's
do you think that billboard was going to be up for 30 years?
But now knowing what he knows, don't you think he should apologize
usually
for it?
billboards are only like a 6-month term. I've
Right. So it
rented
wasn't
them
going to be up
before.
for 30 years. So I'm saying now that he knows what he knows, and the fact that he wants,
Right, but
the
in
fact
the
that he
moment,
wants, the fact that he wanted to be president of these great United States, shouldn't he have apologized about that?
Central Park 5 was 15 years before he ran for president. Did you
Okay.
did you want him to run a billboard
How about
apologizing
COVID?
for
How about
what
how
happened
about
with the
COVID?
Central Park
How
5
about
before
COVID?
he ran?
How about COVID in the beginning of it? He botched it. How about that? Should he apologize for
Okay.
that?
Apologize for what about COVID in the beginning?
For telling people to put bleach and to have the sunlight injected into the body.
Oh, you can't be serious. You really think
Yeah.
that Trump was trying to tell you to put bleach
Okay, so
in your
when
body?
whoa, hang on a second. When we have the
No, I'm
president,
legitimately
when we
asking.
have the president
Did
of the
you really
United
listen to that whole
States,
press conference in
when we
phase?
have the president of the United States with Deborah Burke sitting there cringing, trying to hide, and he talks about we're looking into injecting disinfectant and putting sunlight into the body. Do you think he should apologize for that?
No. Do you understand the healthcare option that he was offering then? Like you do know we still do that. We do this for cancer patients.
Ma'am,
It-
ma'am,
you
ma'am,
no 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 no.
ma'am,
Hold
ma'am,
on. Because
ma'am.
this is
No,
important.
don't
This is
tell
really
me to
important.
hold on.
Hold
Don't
on.
do that
This is
because
for,
that
can
irritates
I
me.
just finish one sentence,
No, I don't
please?
want you to know because I want the question answered. Who is injecting bleach into the body?
And I'm trying so hard to answer you, but just let me get through one sentence.
Okay.
Okay. So the therapy that Trump was talking about is still a very much viable therapy that we use in cancer patients every day. How do I
No,
know
we
this?
You're an
don't.
oncologist. You're
Yes,
an
we do.
oncologist.
It
You're an
wasn't.
oncologist.
We do not
No,
Yes, yes,
my
you are.
niece is
inject bleach into
literally going
cancer
through this right
patients.
now.
Ma'am,
It's not. You're thinking of it as
She's gonna
because
get your live
CNN told
kicked
you
over
it's
ma'am,
a.
this thing.
ma'am,
His
ma'am,
rental
ma'am.
office
We're
put
not
C
injecting
on the
bleach into people's
application
blood.
so that
We're
they
gonna get your
knew
live shut
that
down.
there were colored people that was trying to
Not
take the breath.
injecting bleach into people's
Tick.
blood. That's not what he was saying.
Now
It's
here's
literally what he
here's the
said.
case where
It
he
is
was
not what he said.
okay, so let's let that go.
He's talking
His
about plasma therapy.
his
He
Why
said
rental
was
office.
disinfectant.
why was Deborah Burke trying to hide herself in that press conference?
Donald Trump was talking about plasma therapy in that press conference. I implore you, go back and listen.
How is
It's literally
disinfectant
what my niece
how
is
is
going through right
disinfectant
now.
plasma therapy?
It's
How is
not. You just
disinfectant?
think that
Well,
CNN
that's what
told
he
you
said.
Donald Trump
No, I
said
listened to
No,
what
he
he
inject.
said it
said.
out his mouth.
He
He did
said
not.
inject
Yes, he did.
disinfectant.
Yes, he did.
He was saying that there are ways to sanitize and bring back natural remedies into the body system. He
and
was
That's not
just
even how plasma
and
therapy
put a
works.
light in the
he
and
was
inject into
actually
the light
talking about
in.
plasma therapy at the time.
But
He didn't
plasma
say
therapy,
anything
that's
like
not
that.
even
He
how
said
plasma
something
therapy
about
works.
Yeah,
disinfecting
well, I know
the
how plasma
body
therapy works. My
and
niece is
light.
going through it. They
Yeah,
pull
it's
your
not a
blood and plasma
disinfectant.
out of
Okay, I
your
think what we're
body.
trying to do is
They
see.
they sanitize it, and then they put it back into your body. My niece is literally going through
Well,
this right now.
what we're trying to get established is he
It's
doesn't
an effective
apologize for anything.
therapy.
There has been a case
Dude, this is
with
bad.
him and renting to minorities. They put C on the application to make sure that they knew that there were colored people that was getting ready to rent, so that they didn't rent to him. Once they found out, they fined him. They fined him for doing that. So he did. He clearly was wrong. Do you think he should apologize for that?
What the fuck does colored people on a rental application have to do with therapies for COVID-19?
Uh,
I think that what we're talking about,
See,
Miss.
I'm getting away from that because it's clear that you don't want to take and recognize that as him being misinforming the public. So I'm bringing forth something because
Super clear that you guys want to think
what we're
that
talking about
Trump
is him
literally
not
told you to drink.
apologizing for the things
It's
that he
clear
does
you think that you're
misinformation.
just going to run with the CNN narrative of Trump told you to drink fish tank water.
No,
All
but
right.
see, you
Okay.
want to hang your
And
hat
we're
on
just going
that.
to,
I
yeah,
let that go.
Trump
I
told me
let
to
that
drink
go
bleach,
because
so
that's
I'm going to do
clearly not a
that.
good
All
representation
right.
of
Okay.
something that he should apologize
Okay.
for.
All right. I
But
got
what
you.
I'm talking
I
about
don't think
now is another thing that I think he should apologize for.
I don't think we're going
That's
to.
why I brought that
I
up.
think that what we got is that Jillian, she's going to vote for Trump, and
And that's fine.
many of the Trump supporters, they bend
He
themselves.
turned parts and ships into hospitals.
But
He
that's
had
fine.
3M making PPE when we couldn't get it from China. He
All right.
had Ford, GM, and Dodge all making ventilators when we couldn't get them anymore.
Well,
Jillian, just
He
if you
sold
relax,
say something
girl.
PPP
that's
He's
to
Trump
wrong,
the
China.
do you
vaccine.
All right.
apologize
Okay.
for something
Listen.
that you say that's
Operation Warp
incorrect?
Speed.
I
Like,
want to talk
how
about my
can you
gift
sit here
card.
and say that he's responsible for millions of deaths when this
I
man
wanna, I wanna,
literally
Miss
pioneered
Jillian, Miss
pandemic
Jillian, Miss
response?
Jillian, Miss. Can
Oh
I
my
talk?
No,
God.
Miss
that's definitely
Jillian,
not true.
everybody on the panel. Can I, Miss Jillian, Miss Jillian, Miss Jillian? Hello, Miss Jillian.
Here.
Okay. Can I talk about my gift goal, Miss
Okay.
Jillian?
Sorry, I'm here. Yes. What?
Can I talk about my gift goal?
Oh, okay. So, okay. How much money do I got to pay to stay up?
Nothing. Just say yes.
Just say yes. Just
What?
say
No,
yes.
wait a second, bro. What do you mean? What?
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
commercial. He
Talk
wants to
about
do
your
his
gift
commercial.
goal.
$1 million.
What are you,
I
bro?
didn't
What are
want
you
to miss.
doing?
Yeah.
She
I
asked
didn't
me
want
how
to.
much to stay up.
I know.
No,
I'm gonna take Mr. D.
Absolutely, Denali. Talk about your gift goal. Let's go.
I don't
no.
want nobody saying Mr. Denali is extorting for money, and they
No,
have you
you're
on tape.
absolutely
Let's
right. You're absolutely right,
answer him,
Miss
Denali. Tell me
Miss
your gift goal, sir.
Miss Jillian. You do not have to
Get right
pay to
before the
stay up
church.
here and have your opinions heard. Okay, that's what we do over here. We make sure that everybody's opinion, or excuse me, everybody's experience. You're voting for Trump. That's perfectly fine. We do not silence people. Only we silence misinformation or hate speech. So, you don't have to pay to stay up here. I appreciate you lending your voice to the platform. So,
So, what's a gift goal?
well, my
Explain to me
gift
what a gift
goal,
goal is.
it's well, I think we crush it? Yes, we did crush it. So I'm about to put a new one up. Wow, thank you so much. Thank everyone, Miss Lakeisha and Birdie Dog and Jishi and Miss Lay. Oh wow,
So,
look at
what's a
that.
gift goal?
The gift goal, I'm about to put it up right now. I'm gonna put a nice gift goal up here. I always like the money guns. That's what I really like. Is the money guns right here. So the gift goes, let's see, boom, and then I'm gonna pin it. So the gift goes above my head. Do you see? Oh, look at Roe. Mr. Roe always comes through. I appreciate Mr. Roe so very much down there in the boot, Louisiana. Linda. The gift gold. Do you see that money gun above my head? Do you see my head? And do you see that now you got the star, and then that's going to move. That's the subscription, and then the next one is the. You see that money gun, that pink thing?
So subscribe, pay,
No.
send money.
Or you could just send money to my Cash App, which is Mr. M.R. Denali. What is it? What is my thing?
Just be aware it's not mandatory. You do not
Right.
have to
It's
send
not
money.
mandatory. If you're asking to support, I'm just giving you the different ways that you can support the platform. Okay. The only time I ask for donations is when we go into overtime, which overtime will be at 4 o'clock. So I think if you guys want me to go into overtime, you guys can go ahead and thank you so much, Precious. You can drop something in the Cash App. 3 meaningful donations will get us into overtime if that's what you guys want. But that's not until I'll probably start that around, well, about 5 minutes or so. So that's how. I hope I answered your question because I was kind of talking a lot. Did that answer your question, Miss Jillian?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so everybody continue to tap the screen. We're at 32. Let's see if we can go ahead and get to 37.5K. We got over 75 people in the room. I know it says 49, but there's over 75, almost 80 people when I do the count of people that are watching in the room. So that thing is not always accurate all the time. So you can put another 35, sometimes 40 on top of whatever is inside there. So great. All right, cool. I think we kind of flushed that out. So, you know, the thing with Trump, I think just that I think he should be more responsible with what he says because he does have a lot of influence and because people do listen to him. I know Miss Sandra says her voice is just as important, and it is, but it's not as influential. She is a public official out there in the great state of California, but as Miss Sandra says, she cannot command, 10,000 people to a particular place the same way that Trump can. So I think he needs to be more responsible with his words, in my opinion, because he does have influence. And I'm sure Miss Sandra and Miss Jillian and Miss Precious, you guys would agree with that, right?
Yes.
Miss Sandra? No, guess not. Miss Jillian, would you agree with that statement?
Couldn't hear it. Say it again, please.
That he should be more responsible with what he says because of the influence that he has.
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
That wasn't a trick question.
It wasn't. It's a trick question. Did she think it was a trick question?
No,
Jillian, it's okay to disagree. It's
I
okay,
didn't
girl.
hear
You're
it the
not a
first
bad
time.
person.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it the first time, but no, I totally disagree with that. I answered.
Oh.
Do I think Trump should be held accountable for other people's actions? No.
Not what he said.
No, I'm saying that because of the influence that he has, should he be more careful with the things that come out of his mouth? Who said I'm bullying? Why, Dave? Who? Why, Dave? You want to come up here? I'm not bullying anybody. Stop! Don't do that to me. I haven't bullied anybody. What are you talking about?
Or because you want to say what you want to
Oh,
say.
what? Oh, you think I'm bullying?
Yes, because
Oh,
the fact that we don't believe how you're making the statement.
quantify how I'm bullying you.
So he could just say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. He has
How am
no
I
influence on
bullying
nobody.
Mr. Daddy? I'm gonna drop you. I want to bring Y Dave up because he's got a lot. He's yapping in the comments.
And you're
Go
not
ahead, go ahead.
bullying. You're not
Hey, I'm,
bullying at
I'm on
all.
infrastructure week again, so I'm work.
You're
Y
not
Dave, go ahead.
bullying.
Where's Y Dave at? Let's see what Y Dave. He's a good friend to the show. What's he talking about? Why is he saying I'm bullying?
I don't.
He's not a snowflake. Yeah, that's right. Tell her.
Hey,
That's
all right,
right,
guys.
Mr. Rowe. Why did? Why do you say I'm bullying? Let me
Well,
hear.
it wasn't you as much as two or three of the other gentlemen who were on a. I'm going to tell you how it made me feel like a racial agenda to throwing everything at this young lady that obviously seems to be very new to TikTok and the platform. She doesn't know how everything works. But you, because you've had people say, "Hey, you got to just let them talk and let them work it out." Sometimes it becomes very bullyish.
I'm
And
telling you, no, Mr. Denali can't win for losing.
no,
I am.
it's the
Listen, he
problem.
needs to clarify right now what was racial
Sean,
about that.
Sean, you are notorious for throwing little fucking things in there to stir the pot. Instead
Mr.
of,
Y Dave, Mr. Y Dave, I'm going to ask you not to use profanity.
I'm sorry. I hate when I
Hold on one
see.
second. Let me say what I need to say. I want you to count to 3.
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to relax. I don't want you to be in your feelings, and I do not want you to be yelling or using profanity.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You do that for me?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I want you to bring it. I want to bring your room down just a little bit. Okay. So your charge is that someone or some people on here were bullying Miss what is her name again? Man, what is your name? Because I don't really know what your name is. At the top in Texas with the metal roof.
Yes.
Jillian. I think it's Jillian.
Right.
Why, Dave, you're saying Jillian, thank you so much. You're saying some of the members on the panel were using race against Miss Jillian?
Well, it became about a black and white thing, and every example that they were throwing at her, it's like, and I don't think that no matter how much, if he would have done it, if Trump had apologized for any of the stuff that was brought up, those in this room that were going after her, they would not accept his apology anyways. So don't even use that as a
Why
talk.
not? Why do you think they
Well,
wouldn't?
yeah, why do you think they wouldn't accept his apology?
Just because of your beliefs. You're so against Trump. You're so that you're willing to use Biden, who's historically had racial issues with
Oh,
black
here we
people.
go. Okay, let me explain the racial thing with
It's the
Biden.
truth. It's in his statements
I
over
got
40
you.
years.
I'm going to tell you how I have reconciled it. Okay? Because the first black president picked him as his running mate for 8 years. This is me.
Oh, that's the get out of jail free card.
What else would you like for me to use? Why, Dave?
How about just
I am
Because
assuming
his cabinet
that
is the
if
most
I
diverse.
am assuming that if the first black president has picked this man as his running mate, that maybe Joe Biden has seen a different way. Maybe because sometimes people are racist and they don't even know that they're racist.
yeah, it's his upbringing. I agree.
So the fact that he was with that man for 8 years is how I reconcile the whole racial thing with Biden. I'm not sure how Donald Trump has reconciled his things. People say because he was hanging out with rappers and black entertainers in the 80s and all that stuff like that.
I don't
I'm
trust that either.
I'm
I think
sorry.
that's I just think that's for show. But I don't think a tiger
You
is
think
striped.
Biden was for show?
I think when it comes to politics
Happens,
and
right?
the stuff that goes on, let me talk. When it comes to politics and the maneuvering that goes on, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all for a reason. These guys, outside of, when this guy goes home and closes the door, I'm sure it's a much different story than any of us will know.
What smoke and mirrors has Trump used?
Oh, well, I think Trump is and just like Biden. Their handlers tell them what they need to do and
What smoke
how they're
and
supposed to
mirrors
talk.
has Trump used?
I don't know, but I don't trust all the stuff that he
What
says.
smoke and mirrors has Biden used?
Well, for him for you to say that after decades of his behavior is forgiven because Obama picked him as his vice president, that has to. I mean, would you let's say it's not the presidency. Let's just say it's some guy, some white
Well,
guy.
point out
Or
one of the
some,
point. What I want you to do is point out one of those things, and then point out which one he didn't apologize for.
if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Big T or Ro, you guys want to take that? I'm like,
He
I,
literally apologized for that.
He did
You can
not.
Google it.
Uh,
Google it.
yeah.
Oh, I
No,
hope you can
yeah,
finish
yeah,
talking about Bird.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean's right. No, he didn't apologize, and if he did apologize,
Yeah, well, he did say he didn't
He
realize
absolutely
how that
apologized.
was going to affect.
oh my,
Yes. I was
yeah.
But
gonna affect.
but not so much even that. But I look at what he's done in his cabinet,
No,
the
no, no,
people
no.
that
Let's
he's
talk
put in
about.
place.
Let's
Why
just
why
talk
why
about how
why,
he
why do
talked
you want
about.
to talk about what he spoke about when he's showing you how he's feeling
Because you're
and how
willing to
he's
forgive
changed?
one guy, but you're not willing to forgive another
No,
guy.
I
Because
mean,
all
if
you care
Donald
about is
Trump would put
winning.
at least two black people in his cabinet, that might make me rethink it a little bit. If he would come out and say, "Hey, look, I said this. I apologize.
All right, here we
I
go.
mis, I I really
Here's
didn't
here's
understand what
this
my words meant."
here's the
And
statement. Former Vice President Joseph R. Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, apologized Friday afternoon for telling a radio show host that black voters torn between voting for him and ain't black, remarks that ignited a firestorm online. What say you, why, Dave, to that? Will you stop using that since he did apologize for it?
Okay, I mean, he's being told to do that. If
Okay,
okay,
to,
so
okay. Can you tell me who told
Like
him to do it?
seriously, what
Can
the
you tell
goalpost
me,
just
Mr.
moved
Birdie
50
Dog,
feet.
please go on mute. Can you tell me who told Biden to apologize?
anyone in his cabinet, anyone in
Okay,
his
great.
party, in his
It's
circle,
funny. It's very interesting, Mr. Y. Dave, that you know
Trump
the
does the
things
same
about.
thing.
It's very interesting, Y. Dave, that you know the things about what the firestorm, not the firestorms, the things that Biden is doing that's not genuine, but you have nothing to say about what Trump does that's not genuine. Do you have anything that
I don't
Trump
think
has
any
done?
of it. I honestly don't think any of it's genuine. I think that they
Tell
both
me
have
what is not genuine about Trump.
if he apologizes for something,
Tell me what is not genuine about Trump. You gave me a specific
I
example about
well,
Biden.
I honestly,
I would like for you to give me a specific example about Trump.
yeah, I get where you're going, but I don't have that negative stuff to
Why
choose
don't you?
from
Why don't you?
because I don't have it available at my
Well,
disposal right now.
how is it that you have it for Biden, but you don't have it for Trump, the two people that could be president of the United States?
Because there's so much
could
on
it
the
could it be
Biden
that you
side.
just
If
don't
it's
see the
okay,
things
Shut
that he
up,
say
please.
that's negative?
give me a second, Big T. Give me a second.
Yeah, just
So you,
let
so
somebody
you
finish.
don't. So you're saying you don't listen to what Trump does negative. You only listen to what's negative about Biden.
I don't hear about it as much.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
There's like three things that they say over and over again. There's like three things they say
Okay,
about
what?
Biden being racist. There's literally
The
like
94 crime bill,
pages
the
of
eight
Trump.
black thing, and the Robert Byrd. Those
What
are the
about
three
it?
things
But
that
what
I
about
always
his
say.
own? What about his own vice president calling him a racist?
During the campaign, do
Yes,
we want to
sir. Yes,
do
sir.
we
What
do we
about him
want to
saying he
do we
doesn't want
want
his
to
kids to
give
go?
Kamala Harris a pass because it was the campaign?
No,
No, we
Well,
don't want to give her a pass.
did she apologize?
I
I'm
mean,
not
she
sure.
was told
Maybe
to.
she did
He
it. Maybe she did it privately.
he
Maybe
gave
she
her a
did it
job.
privately. And then we also know too. Are we smart enough to know that politics make strange bedfellows?
Of course.
So
The
I
job,
mean,
the
So wait a
job is the
second. Before I
apology in
get
itself.
Kamala's okay with calling Joe Biden a racist, but we're not. Is that what I'm hearing?
wait. Say that one more time, Miss Precious.
So
That's not
Kamala
that's not
Harris
what
is
you're
a
hearing.
so
Big T,
Kamala
Literally.
Harris.
Okay,
Can
again,
I,
here's
Bernie?
more.
Bernie,
One
let me
Here's.
second, everybody,
I'm
finish.
sorry.
please.
I'm
Everybody
sorry.
quiet
It's
except for Precious. I
misinformation.
want to talk to
Literally,
Precious.
you Google.
Bernie, let
Did
me finish.
Kamala Harris? I'm not arguing something that's
Let
untrue.
me
You
finish.
literally can
Damn.
Google. No, because you
So
can't
What do you
did
mean,
argue
no,
let me
something you.
Bernie? What do you mean, no? I'm talking to Precious right now. Everybody quiet.
Listen, you're arguing on a premise that didn't happen.
I got it.
Literally,
Let me
literally,
do
you
what I
can
do,
Google.
Bertie. Let
You
me
can
Bernie,
do.
Google.
stop.
All right, do what you
Control
do, but let me
yourself.
interject a
Control
modicum of
yourself.
fact.
See, this is
Control
part of the
yourself.
frustration. Sean interjects,
I just hate
and
facts.
His name is not
uh,
You're going to
Sean.
talk over me
whatever,
because you don't want the
Birdie
facts.
Dog,
You don't care.
Hey, are you going to
Wait,
tell me that?
Who
Kamala
doesn't
Harris
stop
didn't
You
take
talking?
can
this
shut up,
Stop
YD, because
talking.
you've just been proven wrong over and over again.
No, I'm sorry. You
Bertie,
want
who doesn't care about the facts?
well,
Evidently, nobody.
Oh, is that
Because
am
I'm
I
supposed to
included in
go
that
on
too?
mute and just let people
Am
like
am
bullshit
I
and
included in that
argue
as
over
well?
shit that never happened.
Am I included in that as well?
Trying to mute me.
Well, I have something to say.
Okay, all I wanted to do is interject one thing.
I know, but it's
And then
always
I
one
would
thing
mute
from
like I always
everybody.
do.
If everybody wanted to interject one thing, then I would never get my thought out my head. Because
You don't
everybody has one thing to interject.
so you don't want to know what you're debating about right now is actually even true.
Well, you don't know what I know because I was trying to have the conversation with Precious.
I'm going to shut up.
thank you.
Oh boy, man, what is going on today? All right, it's 4 o'clock. If you guys want this to go into overtime, we can. It's up to you guys. Otherwise, we're shutting down at 4 o'clock. It's 3:55 right now. You know what the Cash App is. If you guys want, or the Venmo, if you guys want us to continue, the Cash App and the Venmo is the same. MRDENALIXXL, and we can continue the conversation. If not, then it will end at exact. I'm going to give it to 4:10, 15 minutes from now, and we will see everybody or the people who want to attend the after dark special. Other than that, because this has been a very passionate live, and I love it. I love it. I do love the passion, but we gotta, get back to what we're doing over here, where people have an opportunity to say what they say, and we do our best over here to call out misinformation and to let everybody have a voice. Does it always go according to plan? No, it doesn't. But I do my best. I try to do my very best to make sure that things are done correctly over here. And yes, I will have to interrupt people from time to time. And it doesn't matter who it is, I will interrupt if I have something I need to get out of my head. Okay? That goes for everybody. Even Dr. Shay. I dropped her ass off of this platform a couple times. Sean, the same thing. I've dropped his ass off of here because he's not adhering to what's going on. So it doesn't matter who you are, you can get dropped.
That's fair.
Right? Do I always get it right? No, but I do my best. I try to do my very best. I get called all kind of, you should see the DMs that I get. You're not letting this one talk. I do the best that it's 8 people up here with 8 different personalities and 8 different styles. I've said this, and I guess I got to keep saying it. I do in the comments and the text and I'm not complaining. Don't think I'm complaining. I'm just giving you all insight of what goes on behind the scenes, what I'm doing. I try to do my best. Thank you so much, Miss Carolyn. I do try to do my best. Okay? You gotta
my
the
point was
passion is great, but we gotta just bring the room down a little bit. Just bring it down.
for the newer people.
No one ever thinks that they talk enough. It's the most amazing thing. It's the most amazing thing. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I listen back to sometimes of the show and I'm like, wow, a lot of talking going on. It's like,
I think
wow.
that's the point. We want to talk.
I try to do my best. So please give me some grace. This is the end of 10 weeks. This is the end of 10 weeks, which is what, 2.5 months. That we've been doing this. And we've had great success as a family. And hopefully we're going to continue with the success.
You're doing a great job today.
Thank you
And
so much.
I think you're building over there. And I just wanted to shout out and let it be known that I have a couple of my dear friends that they have their lives, but they've been on the comments. That's Liz and Daz, and they have their show at night. I just wanted to say that.
Fantastic. Everybody is welcome. Everybody. It does not matter. As I've always said, we have
awesome guys. We just got in 15 new orders and shout out to you.
We have Democrats, we have Republicans, we got socialists. We've had everybody up here. Everybody has a voice and everybody will be allowed to say what they need to say. unless we hear something, But I can't catch everything. I just can't. It's impossible for me to catch everything. There's so much information out there. I wish I did know everything, but I mean, my head would probably explode. I do my very, very best to try to catch things and then, rectify them. Give the host just a little bit of grace, please, just a little bit. Let's get it. Let's see if Miss Hunter is able to come up and she can talk about the show tonight. Miss Hunter, if you're available, if you can come up and talk about the show tonight, that'd be fantastic. The After Dark special. Let me check. Let's see. Let's check the Venmo. Let's check.
Hey.
Hey, Hunter girl. I know we got our show tonight. I'm sure you want to talk about a little bit about that or something. Let's see if we can bring the room down a little bit because it's been very passionate in here today.
No, I've been listening.
So we're going. It's 4:00, so there's 10 minutes. If you guys wanted to go into overtime, the 3 meaningful donations in the Cash App or the Venmo. Otherwise, we're going to end it at 4:10 promptly, and we will see the subscribers at 10 p.m. But, you guys can continue to listen. We got 90. Well, if I go back, because I just checked it a little while ago. Let's see. We got 122 people in the room. 122. So if you guys want this spirited debate, this passionate debate, borderline sometimes on craziness debate, no problem. I'm the head crazy guy. Just need 3 meaningful donations. I came up at 11:30. So what is that, Hunter Gorilla? 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. So I did 4. I'll be doing 4.5 hours. Okay. And now I'll probably do another at least 3 hours tonight at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
Dr. Shay got a lot of great things for y'all tonight. She's the one doing the show tonight. All of us will be there, of course, but she has a lot of great
what people want to
things.
know, are you going to have your camera on? That's what people want to know.
Yeah, we're all going to have our camera on.
Oh, okay. Miss Hunter Girl is going to have her camera on. Miss Hunter Girl is a very beautiful young lady out here in Georgia. So that's always listen, I'd get a ticket for that. To see Miss Hunter Girl with her camera on. Put a face with that beautiful voice.
And so I'm excited about tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Gotta go get my coffee to keep going. And my
You're having more than coffee.
And coffee to get there, and Patron when I'm in there. So 100%. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Subscribers only tonight, 10 p.m. Put the kids to bed. Come on over. Get some of your favorite adult beverage, and we'll have a great conversation. You'll see me turn red at some of the questions that are asked of me, but it's okay. I'm down. I'm here for it. So that's the deal.
Yeah, and I think it's like I think they get to ask like the panel questions tonight. I don't know. Dr. Shay has a lot of like great things planned. So
right.
It's also, a lot of different things planned.
We'll be doing the subscriber only thing. I mean, not subscriber only. The Meet the Producers. That's coming up next week, where Nada Shay, Dr. Shay, Hunter Gorilla will be coming up, and the audience will be able to ask them any questions. And, it's their choice to answer or not, but I think that they're pretty transparent. So, okay, we got 1 meaningful donation. All right, what time is it? 4:03, 7 minutes left. Let's see if we can get the next 2. All right, let's do it. So, so that's the deal. All right, Hunter Girl, you got anything else? How are you doing today? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I am. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow, so I'm gonna be dealing with kids all weekend.
That's right. What's on the menu for the party?
I don't know. I'll probably order them pizza tonight. I don't know.
Pizza's always a good one. I'm always down for pizza. 100%. I hope it's not Domino's or something. I'm not eating Domino's. I'm from New York City, so I
No,
like
it's actually a pizza spot around the corner. I can't think of the name of it. It's like buffalo style pizza.
Buffalo style pizza. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. All right. We got 6 minutes. We got one donation. We need two more to go into overtime. Let's see if that happens. Otherwise, I will go do some. I need to take a nap.
No, you can't take a nap because then you're gonna be late for tonight.
Hmm.
Oh.
That's true. But if
But
you
it's
get,
nice outside. You should go outside for a little while.
yeah,
When
I
is
might
he
do that.
early?
One more time, Bird Dog.
When is he on time?
What?
What did Birdie say?
I don't know. What'd you say, Birdie?
You heard me. I said, when are you on time?
No, that
Oh,
is
one am I
true.
on time? Okay, Birdie. I tell you what, listen, I love Birdie Dog. Birdie is he gives it to me 100%. Birdie is not scared to give it to me at
I was
all.
trying to have him on time, Birdie. I'd be like,
I got a lot of shit
come
to do.
on.
Are you kidding me? You think these things happen by accident?
Birdie, I call him at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so he has a lot of time.
But I got a lot of shit to do too. So it's not just, you guys, it's not just turn the camera on 5 minutes beforehand. There's a lot of process to be entertaining and all those things like that. All right, so we got one
You use
donation.
that excuse. I used to use that excuse on my wife all the time.
Somebody else
She
is going to
never
donate,
bought it.
and I will.
We need two donations. If you got, what time is it? 4:05. We got 5 minutes. So let's see what happens. I got four of these money guns. I never hit the money gun goal.
Somebody please donate
One
with
day.
me.
One day I will, but not.
Are you coming tonight, Birdie?
Birdie was in there last time.
I know.
Birdie's head was exploding. He's like, "What?"
Nicole, did you get your followers up?
Still working on it. It'll be ready by the next one. by next
Okay.
time. Yeah, but I'll be here
I
tonight
think I
anyway.
sent you some last night. I think I did.
Thank you,
And I
Miss
believe
Nicole. Thank you
I
for the
probably got them.
sunglasses. It is a little sunny here in Georgia, so I appreciate it. I'm gonna need those sunglasses.
Yeah, it's like 80 degrees today.
Oh,
Precious.
it's overcast here, and I'm in South Carolina. Right
Mm.
now. Yeah.
Do you have to have access to your camera to get on tonight?
No.
No, no. You do not have to have access to your camera. Um, Nicole is in there singing again.
Oh well.
Cole's singing again.
All right. The countdown is on. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes to end, or we go into overtime. We need two more meaningful donations to go into overtime. What I promise you guys is 4 hours per day. Okay? So anything after that, you got to put some meat on the bone for me to continue doing what we do. You know how
Can
we
I?
do it. Go ahead.
Yes. Can I go back and speak on the exonerated five for 1 second?
Absolutely.
I was just wanting to know, did anybody back then think that those boys were guilty? Because I was 9 years old. I remember it, and the part where they were walking Corey Wise to the car is what I saw when I was 9 years old. And at 9 years old, I thought something don't seem right. So did anybody else actually believe they did it?
I'll say I did because I was just going by what the news was saying. I was young as well, so I really wasn't like diving into things the way I do today.
Right.
But at that time, I think we were all just going by what the news was saying.
All right. Okay.
That's just my own
Yeah,
personal
no,
opinion.
that's
And
understood.
Donald Trump should apologize for the billboard or for what he said. He has to realize that it did affect some people, and it affects people till this day. He's got to
Yes.
realize that.
And someone said, I don't remember who it was, that the billboard was not about the exonerated five. Who said that? I don't remember who it was that
Ad
said.
was not, but the billboard was.
Right. That's what yes, they said the billboard was not about the exonerated five. But I
No, the
don't know.
billboard was. The article was not. The article was about overwhelming crime.
Right, okay. Okay.
It was also about bringing back the death penalty.
some people believe in the death penalty, though. Like, that's, if you believe in it, you believe in it. If you don't, you don't.
But
For
I think
people
it's
under
strange that
18.
he chose this case and only this case to talk about the death penalty, when I think everyone could acknowledge that there were several essays committed in New York at that time, including in Central Park, but it seemed to be a focus on this one in particular. And then we could all speculate
Well,
why, but it seems disingenuous when you want to bring up the death penalty for only one instance of a crime.
But Tony, do you think maybe, and I'm just asking, do you think, because at that time when that situation was going on, Donald Trump was running the streets with all of these Democrat senators and Congress people, whining and dining, all of that. So do you think maybe, there was conversations at a dinner table about it, or do you think he just like randomly said, "This is what I'm going to do because this is what I think"?
I think that was his personal belief, because I don't think there are very many people who were in politics and supportive of bringing back the death penalty in New York. It was banned in New York for a reason, because politically people did not agree with the government using their power to sentence people to be unalived. Right? The people of New York as a whole didn't support it.
Was there any backlash from any politicians in New York City when he did that? Because I don't remember any of
So
that
I was
stuff.
too young to know what
Right.
politicians
See,
were
that's a
saying. Right? I
that's a
was
big part of
also
the
I wasn't too
problem.
young. I
yeah.
remember.
Okay.
There was
Well,
a lot of backlash,
and what were they
and there
saying?
was a
Like,
lot of
who was it?
backlash
Who
in the
was it? Who
black.
was?
Like there was a lot of black backlash from the Rainbow Coalition, from the ACLU, from Al Sharpton. That's why he had to he did his donation run around all those things to make up for his comments. That's
Was
what
all of
that was
that
all
was
about.
all of, was the backlash part? Was that also on the news?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they were getting ready to protest Trump Tower. Yeah, it did not go over well, and he knew he had to make amends, and that's why he gave all the money to Al Sharpton and everything else.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he didn't give that money out of the kindness of his heart. He gave it because he had to make up for what he did.
So do you think when he gave all that money, do you think maybe there was a private apology?
I know. I think everything Trump does is transactional.
He would have never apologized in private.
Well, I'm just saying,
He
like you
gave the
guys,
money
but
so he
right,
wouldn't have to apologize.
but I heard earlier that for Kamala Harris calling Joe Biden a racist, someone said earlier she probably apologized privately. So I was just wondering,
She never
you know,
called him that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to come on to talk about. She never
There
called
were
him a
in
racist.
June 2019, she criticized Joe Biden on several uh, topics that had to do with race, but she clarified that she did not believe Joe Biden was a racist.
Yeah,
okay, I'm
those
gonna
were
go
actually her
back.
words. Her words were actually, "I'm not going to call Joe Biden a racist," but and then she did talk about some things that were regarding race, but she qualified it by saying, "But I'm not going to call him a racist."
Okay, I'm gonna maybe go back and get with you guys on Monday because I'm almost positive she literally pointed her finger at him and said, "And you're a racist."
No,
Well, it's not. That's not the truth. Just because you say no, Bertie. Like you think
listen,
because
I'm just.
when you say
It's
no,
not
all of a
me.
sudden that's the
It's what the
law.
facts are.
Right, but I'm just saying. I will get back to you guys on Monday because I'm almost positive I saw a video of her doing that
Okay,
on the debate stage.
okay.
And there's somebody in the comments with a smart comments.
So, is there anything that you guys don't like about Joe Biden?
There was a whole show that I criticized him on his Israel stance. You remember that, right?
So that's really the only issue you guys have with him.
No,
Everything
I
else
don't
is
think
just
he's
great.
progressive enough. I think he needs to do more than he's done. I don't love Joe Biden.
I didn't say you did. I'm just asking if there's anything that you guys don't agree with that he's doing. That's all.
Yeah, I just told you two things. He's
Only
not
two?
progressive enough. He hasn't done enough uh to with the black community and in crime and social programs. He hasn't done enough with healthcare, although I don't know he would have any success with that. um he I think he's doing what he can, but he's definitely not as progressive as I would want him to be. He's not my choice. I don't The things I don't like Joe Biden for, however, are things that would Trump would be worse on. Like Trump would be worse with Israel. Trump would just let Israel do whatever they wanted to. God, they would let them turn it into a parking lot. He doesn't care. I mean, he said that. He said finish the job. So, if Trump had a
All
policy,
right, hang on one
he doesn't
second,
have
guys.
one policy that I would
Give me 1
say.
second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play something for you before we get out of here. I thought it was important since this is what we've been kind of been talking about today. Give me 1 second. Let me press play. Everybody quiet.
I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear.
Did you guys hear that? Or no?
Yes.
Yep, that was
The
it.
expressions, did you
That
hear
was
it?
it.
I did, but that's not what I was talking about. She
This
she
is
made
this is
it
on
was
the
just a
debate. This is on the debate stage.
okay.
That's
And
what you
he's
said
not
you
here
heard
to
of.
talk
That's
about
what
it.
you clearly
Yeah.
said.
And what I'm remembering, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna come back to you guys on Monday and I'll play it. My what I heard to you.
What did you hear?
She literally looked at him, pointed her finger, and said, "And you're a racist." She was cutting him off because Joe Biden was speaking at the
Okay.
time.
Well, listen, I don't have every debate because they did a lot
No,
of
it's
debate.
all good. I'll find it. I'll
But you
find
did
it.
hear that portion just now, yes?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Okay,
did.
great. All right, cool. All right, listen. I think that's it. We've done enough show. There's nothing here. Let me check, make sure. Nope. And nope. Just got the one. All right, so I think we've done enough show. I will see you guys, the rank and file general population. I will see you guys on Monday at 10-ish. I'm always shooting for 10, but then things do happen, and sometimes it's not at 10. And tonight, 10 p.m., be there. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to join in on the subscriber only live. Okay? All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.